It's actual people that work for Diddy, that are contacting content creators to get them to stop doing videos about Diddy. Because this is important for any content creator who is doing videos about any type of celebrity. It's important for them to see that there's a possibility that that celebrity will see your video and start coming after you or try to threaten you. I just want to say to any person, private investigator, or any of Diddy's. Hey, Alicia. Everybody drop your city in the chat. Everybody drop your city in the chat. Let me know where you at. Drop your city in the chat. I'm going to shout you out. Everybody hit the like button as y'all come on in. Drop your city in the chat and hit the like button as y'all come in. Let's go. Booms. I like guns more than Diddy likes man booty. Oh, hold on. Let me back this up a little bit and back this up a little bit because this is very important. Drop your city in the chat. Let me know where you're at and hit the like button. It's actual people that work for Diddy, that are contacting content creators to get them to stop doing videos about Diddy. Because this is important for any content creator who is doing videos about any type of celebrity. It's important for them to see that there's a possibility that that celebrity will see your video and start coming after you or try to threaten you. So right here, this is what we're talking about tonight. There's a lot of different things coming in all at once. I just got another video somebody sent me. I just got that sent to my phone. So I got everything coming at me
Yo,
all at
it's a
once.
lid.
So we're gonna talk about that too. That just came to my phone to say. So I need everybody just on the same page. Hit a like button, share this video. We talk about P. Diddy and all of these new things that are all coming all in at once. So we're talking about Mary J. Blige, something going on with Mary J. Blige, Diddy getting threatened, and there's allegedly, because I don't know, allegedly a bounty on Diddy's head. And I don't know how they're going to get to him in protective custody, but there's a bounty on his head allegedly already. And then on top of that, I want to warn everybody that is a content creator, whether you're on TikTok or whether you're on YouTube, that is a possibility that there may be somebody watching you in your city, calling you, sending you an email that will tell you to stop doing content about Diddy, stop doing content about this case, because Diddy is presently trying to put together a third package to see if he can get out. Because I talked to somebody 2 days ago that actually did Fed time. Shout out to Micah. I wanted to have him on the show tonight, but he was busy. But he explained to me that you can continue to ask for bail over and over again. I think probably 5 different times. I don't know how many times, but I think he said up to 5 times. So Diddy is still working on trying to get bail. So just because he got denied bail a second time doesn't mean he's not going to try to get an opportunity to get bailed out a third time. Because according to what Micah told me, it all depends on like being able to talk the judge into trusting Diddy not to either run or not to threaten possible witnesses. But there's another part that we're going to talk about right now involving content creators. In the recent past, everybody hit the like button. Thank you, October 3074. All right, October 3074 is snitching on y'all. Y'all ain't hit no like buttons at all. All y'all folks in here ain't hit now like button. There's about 300 people in here, and y'all ain't hit the like button. So I know everybody is slowly coming on in. So everybody watching right now, I need everybody all at once to just hit the like button right now. Boom, just hit the like button right now, and then we'll multiply how many people are in here by 3. If y'all can do that for me, just everybody right now, just hit the like button, and then we'll multiply the amount of people in here by 3. All right, I've seen it happen. So I'm about to play a video that will show you that Diddy's people, Diddy has or had a private investigator named Russell Green reaching out to content creators, telling them to stop talking about Diddy because Diddy is trying to get out of jail. So he needs the less people talking about him, the less media like possible. Because even I don't know if this has anything to do with it, but for those who watch the Joe Budden podcast, are you aware that Joe Budden just went on vacation? Do y'all think that's planned, or do y'all think Joe Budden or P. Diddy was like, yo, take a quick vacation and hopefully all of this will die down by the time you come back? So if anybody watches the Joe Budden podcast, are you aware that Joe Budden just went on vacation? Do you think that is a fluke or he went on vacation on purpose? And some of you may say, well, he had to it had to be a fluke because the vacation was already scheduled. Well, excuse me. Are y'all aware that P. Diddy knew that he was about to go to jail? P. Diddy came to New York 2 days before he actually got picked up. And he was walking around and hanging out in the park and walking around and taking pictures with people. Diddy was scheduled to go to jail. I'll say it again. Diddy was scheduled to go to jail. So it's a good possibility that Diddy probably just let Joe know, hey, just so you know, I'm about to be all over the tabloids for next week. It will behoove you to just take a vacation, and by the time you come back, everything will slow down and you ain't even got to talk about me. I don't know this, but I don't think it's a fluke that Joe Budden is on vacation, so he ain't got to talk about Diddy. All right, so back to the content creators. Some of us may possibly be in danger of getting sued or getting deleted. I don't know. What's going on, Tiny 2.0? Because Diddy's people are reaching out to content creators. Here is the proof. To any person, private investigator, or any of Diddy's goons, I like guns more than Diddy likes man booty. Play with me if you want to. I got all kinds of shit around this motherfucker. So I just want to say that I like guns more than Diddy likes man booty. Shout out to the private investigators. You know, do something crazy, you're gonna leave here with no arms. So I'm just saying, play with us if you want to. All right, so here we go, everybody. And I'm not judging the people who like man booty. You know, shout out to y'all if that's what y'all like. Cool, but hey, for each his own. I hit the like button. Shout out to people who like man booty. Y'all do what y'all do, but leave that shit over there. To the new people, please. You'd hear that, right? We was at 250. Now we're at 550. So to the new people, not to the old people, because y'all did hit the like button. And do y'all see the power that y'all have? Y'all, I remember I just said, if you hit the like button, the numbers are going to spike, right? So to the new people who just came in, it was 200 people in here earlier, right? I told everybody hit the like button all at once, and it brought y'all in here. So I need the rest of the people who got brought in here, I need y'all to hit the like button to bring more people in here because it just happened. All right. So if everybody hit the like button at one time, like 300 more people will get sucked in here. That's what we're trying to do. So hit the like button all at once, y'all, to the new people, because the old people did it already. All right. So I'm talking to the people who just came in here. Hit the like button. All right, let's go. Because it just worked. Y'all seen it. It just worked. Y'all get mad at me for saying hit the like button, but y'all see what happened. Please hit the like button.
Conversation consent. And I have received full consent from Vicky May to play this video for you. So on March 29th, Russell Green, the private investigator mentioned in Little Rod's lawsuit against Diddy, reached out to Vicky May. Yes, the same private investigator who allegedly harassed an 8-year-old for information about her dad. She only reads what she sees and she doesn't add to it. So the video I'm about to play for you is the conversation.
Thank y'all so much for hitting the like button. I appreciate y'all. I see y'all. Kim says that's dope. Yeah, y'all did this. Y'all are bringing all of these new people in here because y'all hit the like button. So thank y'all. I appreciate y'all. Look, you God is like, damn, you right. We all hit the like button all at one time. And look how many people in here. That's what I'm saying. So everybody hit the like button and watch all these different people just get sucked in here. It's crazy. Hit the like button, y'all.
Between Vicky and Mr. Russell Green, the private investigator that Diddy allegedly hired to pursue information about Rodney Jones.
Hi. All right, so this is a tape phone call of Diddy's private investigator actually calling a content creator. So October 3074, she's my correspondent on a lot of stuff. She says, did you not see the Dr. Umar live today? No, what happened? What happened? We're gonna keep with this video, but can you either DM me or tell me in the chat what happened with Dr. Umar and why do I need to watch it? I go watch it real quick if I need to. Dr. Umar hates. What did Dr. Umar say? What? Send it to me or tell me what happened. Because I don't know. I want to hold up the other people. All right, so listen to this. This is crazy.
And Mr. Russell Green, the private investigator that Diddy allegedly hired to pursue information about Rodney Jones.
Hi, Russell. This is Victoria. I got your email. Hey, Victoria. How are you? I'm good. How about you?
Let me make it bigger so y'all can see. All right, so it's hard for you to hear. So kind of watch the screen because they'll telegraph what he actually is saying on the screen. So watch the screen. Instead of, because it's hard to listen to him. It's hard to hear him.
Hi, Russell. This is Victoria. I got your email. Hey, Victoria. How are you? I'm good. How about you? Good. I got sent your TikTok. You covering the Diddy case and mentioned that.
Russell Green, the private investigator mentioned in Little Rod's lawsuit against Diddy, reached out to Vicky May. Yeah.
All right. It worked again. The new people just hit the like button, and now we got almost 900 people in here. So the same thing with the new people. So it was 200 people at first, and I got everybody to hit the like button, and it sucked in 300 more people. Then it was like 500-600 people, right? That group of people all hit the like button at once, and then it brought you new people in. So now we're almost at 1,000 people. So I need the rest of you people who just came in here to do the same thing. Everybody hit the like button all at once. And now it'll bring 500 more people in here. Y'all see what's going on. Y'all are doing this. Y'all are doing this, not me. Y'all are bringing all these people in here because y'all are hitting the like button. All right, now we're officially at 1,000 people. Y'all are doing this. Tabitha said that's cool. Fire. Yeah, y'all are doing this. So shout out to y'all. All right, so let's keep going.
That's the same private investigator who allegedly harassed an 8-year-old for information about her dad. She only reads what she sees and she doesn't add to it. So the video I'm about to play for you is the conversation between Vicky and Mr. Russell Green, the private investigator that Diddy allegedly hired to pursue information about Rodney Jones.
I got sent your TikTok. You covering the Diddy case and mentioned that.
I sent you an email saying and found out you're talking about you covering the Diddy case. I'm saying what the person is saying because it is difficult to hear.
Is you okay to speak with me about this?
Is it okay to speak with me about this?
Yeah, yes, sir. Obviously, we're not in court right now. We're going to be in court at some point.
Obviously, we're not in court right now.
But the information that you're covering, in addition to involving me, is 100%.
The information that you are covering involving me, he said the word me, as in, is 100% inaccurate. And him and the person's name is Russell Green is incorrect. So right now, inaccurate, not incorrect. Now he's not talking about Diddy in particular. He's talking about himself, Russell Green, which is somebody that allegedly works for P. Diddy.
Inaccurate.
Yo, this is crazy.
Okay, can you hear me? I can hear you, but I didn't hear you saying anything. Okay, so is there a reason that you're calling me? Because as mentioned in the video, all of this is alleged, and I made that clear in the video. Nothing is all, as listening to anybody who follows me, they know this is just his version of events. Nothing in this docket is fact nor fiction until obviously it's proven in court. But only thing I did was read what was in the docket. So I didn't insinuate that it was true. I just read what was listed. Yeah, I just want to caution you as a journalist, as what you're doing or the entertainment that you're doing. You're actually causing a little bit more harm than good.
Uh-oh. Okay, it sounds like it's a little bit more clear. So the subtitles are good enough? All right, cool. All right, cool. All right, so I'm no longer going to keep pausing it because they said the subtitles are good enough. So cool. All right. What's up, Allison?
I want to share with you, I understand you keep using the word allegedly. The problem is that the way that you're covering it sends a different message. And I just...
Oh, yo, this sounds like a threat. Hey, if you don't put a 1 in the chat if y'all think this is a threat. He's saying, hey, if you keep covering this Diddy case, we're gonna Diddy you. Yo, put a 1 in the chat if you think this is a threat. This is crazy. Put a 1 in the chat if y'all think this is a full-blown threat.
I want to caution you that this is a very real investigation. This is not entertainment. The text messages that you're covering, the text message, the way that you're presenting it. Matter of fact, even what you said was
Hey, Bernadette.
inaccurate. The text message that you're referring to in your story, if you go back and listen to it, doesn't even go with the story that you're giving. It's a different text message. Sir, I'm not giving anything, sir. I'm reading what's literally on the screenshot on the paper. If there's an issue with how it's written, that would be a question you would have with Tyrone Blackburn. He's the one who wrote it.
So real quick. So just like the other young lady said earlier, is there a reason why the man isn't going at CNN News, all these other, large conglomerates talking about this, and they're going after TikTokers? Does anybody know why they're doing this? Well, it's simple. News agencies are controlled by the government. Some of y'all know this, some of y'all may not know this. News agencies, they all get their talking points and their, their interpretation of what happened out in the world from the same company, right? So no matter where you are in the country, you're being fed the same news. It's either going to be right-wing news or left-wing news, but it's still the same news because the right wing is meant to fight with the left wing.
A synchronized script.
Some media outlets publish these same fake stories
On dozens of local news stations. Same words, same message. Mandated by the same station owner, Sinclair Broadcasting Group.
This is extremely dangerous to our democracy.
Tonight, the corporation behind that commentary, defiant and digging in after this video posted by Deadspin went viral. In an internal memo obtained by NBC News, a Sinclair executive lists its journalism awards, and in a statement to reporters writes, "We find it curious that we would be attacked for asking our news people to remind their audiences that unsubstantiated stories exist on social media." Some critics see it differently.
It's odd to see all of these anchors saying the same thing at the same time with the words that have come out of one central location in Baltimore, Maryland. That's not our tradition in the United States. It's massive propaganda.
The broadcast group, which skews more conservative, owns
All right, y'all listen to this part right here.
or operates more than 190 stations, including
Y'all see that, right? 190 stations. So the key to understanding what's actually happening just all together is hold on 1 second. I gotta do something real quick. Share. Hold on 1 second. Who we at? Yeah, 1600. All right. So just to give y'all an understanding of what actually is happening, P. Diddy or anybody else that's famous, they are or have a certain amount of control of the media when it comes to the Breakfast Club, when it comes to the Shade Room, when it comes to news, when it comes to TMZ also. So they don't reach out to them and threaten them because they are already controlled. I talked about how this all works. I'm not going to play this whole video. I'm going to play a little bit so y'all can understand, because y'all seen this already.
And right here, Mr. Lucian.
Okay, so I'm going to play this particular video so I can show y'all how everything in media is controlled, but content creators are not controlled. So when you think about Diddy's goons, why in the world would they actually reach out to us content creators and threaten us instead of threaten TMZ or all these other, large conglomerates, CNN, CBS? The reason why, what's up, Moeezy, is because they are already controlled. And I'm about to show you who controls the media right here. And if y'all seen this video already, just work with me. I understand y'all like, I seen this yesterday. I'm showing y'all this for a particular reason, because now it's almost 2,000 people in here and they didn't see this. So I'm putting all the things together. I'm the only person that has this information. So keep this in mind. Why is P. Diddy's goons reaching out to TikTokers and YouTubers? Because everything else is controlled except for us and the TikTokers. So watch this.
Yeah, the same exact one that's bringing its music back to TikTok. Let's keep in mind before I go any further, though, Mr. Lucian Grange is under pressure from a lot of allegations. All right, Lucian Grange
is actually the executive that is over the P. Diddy. Okay, he's going to actually say, well, I'm just going to play it. Everybody hit the like button. Everybody hit the like button, because this is very, 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 very important. So it's 2,200 people in here. I need everybody to hit the like button. Tell me how many likes we got, y'all. The like button wasn't working. What do you mean the like button isn't working? Y'all are the reason why there's so many people in here, because y'all are hitting the like button. Somebody tell me how many likes we got. Oh, crap. We only got 400 likes, y'all. Somebody said it broke. Can y'all? Okay, look. I want to play these videos and sit back. But y'all mad. Talking about play the video. Hit the like button. I'll play the video. So right now we at 460 likes. and it's 2,400 people in here. Are y'all crazy? So I'm about to play all of this because this is information that nobody else on YouTube has. Nobody else on YouTube has. So now I'm about to play a commercial, and when I come back, we need at least 2,000 likes. Okay? All right. So hang out. I'm about to play this video, and we're gonna come right back. But we got to get these likes up, y'all. We at 632 now, so we're doing good. So thank y'all for hitting the like button. What we at now? All right, we're at 660. We need to get to 2,000 likes. Everybody hit the like button. Play this video. I'll be right back. Because this right here is going to blow your mind. Do not leave.
How about we meet up at a coffee shop and play this fun dating card game? We'll have fun and see if we're compatible all at the same time.
Ooh, what's the name of the game?
It's called Deeper Discussions.
692. We going up. We going up. Keep going. Keep going.
Hey, how about we meet up at a coffee shop and play this fun dating card game? We'll have fun and see if we're compatible all at the same time.
Ooh, what's the name of the game?
It's called Deeper Discussions.
I'm down.
Okay.
All right, we're at 733. All right, we almost had 1,000. Come on. Everybody hit the like button.
Meet you at 6.
Fellas, buy this card game. Ladies, buy this card game. Buy about 2 or 3 card games. The main reason why people can't stay together isn't because they don't like each other no more. It's actually because their present family issues come up or their past family issues come up. But when you play Deeper Discussions, you'll be able to understand a person's family issues up front.
This game can be played with either 2 people or an entire group. So have fun.
Question number 1. Name a time when money was the main factor why a relationship went bad.
Deeper Discussions Dating Edition. Again, these cards are good for vetting a potential boyfriend, a potential girlfriend, a potential husband, a potential wife.
781, 787. Let's go. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. We got to get to 2,000. So come on, y'all.
Sure, these cards are so soft and silky, by the way. Like
they ain't gonna get
really
wore out.
Durable.
A dating card game for introverts who have a hard time asking the much needed compatibility questions. Deeper Discussions, the card game.
All right, before we play these very important videos about the connections between the media and us content creators, is that live? Yeah, this is live. What are you talking about? Is that live? I'm live. What do you mean? What are you talking about? Is what live? All right, so look, real quick. Buy my Deeper Discussions card game. I need at least 10 people. It's 2,400 people in here. I need at least 10 people to buy my Deeper Discussions card game. It's 80 cards in this card game, and it's meant for men and women to be able to vet the opposite sex. I call this card game your emotional condom, because you know y'all ain't wearing no condoms out there, right? So before you start sleeping with a man or a woman with no condom, because y'all nasty, make sure to play my Deeper Discussion card game with the person that you're about to have condomless sex with, and then get an understanding of how they think and their background in their childhood before you turn around and have condomless sex with a person that is crazy. You feel me? All right. So Derek says, I have it. My Deeper Discussions card game. It's great. Everybody comment if you have already bought my Deeper Discussions card game to let the new people know what the card game is about. Everybody comment about the card game if you got it, if you like it, if you don't like it. All right. So hit the like button, and buy my Deeper Discussions card game right now. All right, we're at 828 likes. We gotta get to 1,000 at least. The link is in the chat. All right, here we go, y'all. This is about to be crazy. All right, this is the company that runs all of the media.
Here, Mr. Lucian Grange, the reason why Abel Tesfaye, aka The Weeknd, is in the position of which he is. Which, let me say, this is for educational purposes only. But what if I told you there's a very dark history behind Lucian? That even Lucian himself has a puppet master. Let's keep in mind, Lucian is the chairman and chief executive officer of Universal Music Group.
Shout out to William. William says, I got the card game. It's great. I got it. It's phenomenal. Shout out to Layla. She said she got it. It's phenomenal. All right, so let's go. So listen to this, y'all.
Oh yeah, the same exact one that's bringing its music back to TikTok. Let's keep in mind before I go any further though, Mr. Lucian Grange is under pressure from a lot of allegations. Allegations of sponsoring and financing every single one of P. Diddy's parties. Every single party of...
Y'all hear that right? Lucian Grange is the one that is in charge of sponsoring all of P. Diddy's parties. But is he going to jail? Is he in prison? Is he getting indicted? The answer is no. Keep that in mind. And the reason why we're talking about this is because of this.
Screenshot on the paper. If there's an issue with how it's written, that would be a question you have with Tyrone Blackburn. He's the one who wrote.
Somebody is reaching out to this woman, threatening her, not threatening her life, but warning her that something may happen to her. And next thing you know, we're like, yo, why aren't you threatening CNN and all these other news agencies? Because the news agencies, they work for Lucian Grange.
Diddy's allegations in themselves originate from saying that Lucian aided and abetted Combs' behavior by sponsoring gatherings where underage girls were reportedly drugged and provided vast sums of money to Combs, who allegedly used it for what?
When he says what, he's saying trafficking.
Like I said, the music industry is very dark, and there's always another puppet master. This is Mr. Lear Cohen. How do you think Lucian Grange got that position to begin with? Oh, you guessed it, aka the tall Israeli. And of course, Lear Cohen is a global head of music at Google and YouTube. But this man is a very high authority figure in the music industry. Because let's do keep in mind, Cohen worked on the label side of the music industry at companies including Warner Music, Def Jam, Island Def Jam, and 300 Entertainment. Now do keep in mind, Lear Cohen in himself is somebody that Tupac and himself was sketched out about. And ironically, not even 2 years after Tupac's death, in 1998 and 1999, Cohen brokered the deal to sell Def Jam to Universal.
So right here, what you're seeing is white people, Lear Cohen, and this was crazy. Lear Cohen is actually over YouTube. Lear Cohen is over YouTube. So Lucian Grange and Lear Cohen are literally over social media. And so one guy is over social media and the other guy is over actual media like news media. So let's go back here. I'm putting everything together for y'all. Y'all stop hitting the like button. We ain't even got to 1,000 yet, and we got 3,000 people in the building. Olivia says we only at 879, and we got 3,000 people in the building. Can you please hit the like button if you please? Please, 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 please. Yes, it's because he's white. Facts. All right, so I'm no longer going to keep pausing it because they said the subtitles are good enough. So cool. All right. What's up, Allison?
I want to share with you. I understand you keep using the word allegedly. The problem is that the way that you're covering it sends a different message. And I just want to caution you that this is a very real investigation. This is not entertainment. The text messages that you're covering, and the text message, the way that you're presenting it. Matter of fact, even what you said was
Hey, Bernadette.
inaccurate. The text message that you're referring to in your story, if you go back and listen to it, doesn't even go with the story that you're giving. It's a different text message. Sir, I'm not giving anything, sir. I'm reading what's literally on the screenshot on the paper. If there's an issue with how it's written, that would be a question you have with Tyrone Blackburn. He's the one who wrote it.
So real quick. All right, we had 1,000 likes. We had 1,000 likes. We need 1,000 more likes at least. So just like the other young lady said earlier, is there a reason why the man isn't going at CNN News, all these other, large conglomerates talking about this, and they're going after, what's up, Scott? TikTokers? Does anybody know why they're doing this? Well, it's simple. News agencies are controlled by the government. Some of y'all know this, some of y'all may not know this. News agencies, they all get their talking points and their, their interpretation of what happened out in the world from the same company, right? So no matter where you are in the country, you're being fed the same news. It's either going to be right-wing news or left-wing news, but it's still the same news because the right wing is meant to fight with the left wing.
A synchronized script
Some media outlets publish these same fake stories
on dozens of local news stations. Same words, same message. Mandated by the same station owner, Sinclair Broadcasting Group.
This is extremely dangerous to our democracy.
Tonight, the corporation behind that commentary, defiant and digging in after this video posted by Deadspin went viral in an internal.
So that's the reason why they're going after content creators and not CNN or TMZ, because Lear Cohen and Lucian Grange are in control of everybody else already.
The Def Jam music group, which combined Def Jam, Mercury, and Island Records. And as you can see at that time, artists under his watch at Island Def Jam included none other than Jay-Z, Bon Jovi, Ludacris, and Mariah Carey, just to name a few. All very sketchy artists, but like I said, Mr. Lear Cohen himself is the victim of many allegations, including from a CIA agent that confessed the agencies created rap music to fill private prisons.
The CIA created rap music to put black people in prisons. The big execs, whether it's Lear Cohen or it's Clive Davis, it's people that we don't even know about. And people are starting to step down also to this day. And the thing about it is, everything is slowly starting to crumble because P. Diddy is going to prison.
Mr. John Homestead, a retired CIA agent, has admitted on national Russian television that hip-hop was a psyop invented by the CIA in the 1980s, and the agency has directed and financed household name artists including NWA, Dr. Dre, Jay-Z, and Kanye West. Kanye tried to tell everybody about this years ago. And of course, nobody wanted to listen. But John Homestead said that our mission was to use teenage angst to our advantage and turn Generation X into a decadent, pro-drug, and anti-establishment culture that would create uprisings and further division within society, saying that the CIA even infiltrated mainstream radio to promote their music and reach millions of people every day. He also says when it comes to engineering culture, no one touches Lear Cohen. Homestead admitted Lear Cohen,
no one touches Lear Cohen,
also known as the tall Israeli who runs hip-hop, use specific artists like these, I'm sure everybody knows who all of these people are, to gain specific influence in society. See, like it says here, Cohen ended up promoting rappers such as Jay-Z and Kanye West, and more recently brought Migos and Young Thug to prominence. Well, obviously Kanye knew what he was talking about. But see, Kanye himself, alongside John Homestead, stated that the elites have been slowly working on eroding social norms for decades.
They've been working to erode social norms for decades. You say they hijacked hip-hop? They actually created rap music. Like, rap music isn't really ours, it's theirs. They actually invented all of this. They distribute, like, they're the distribution companies that send the music out. We don't have that ability. Jay-Z don't even have that ability. Nobody black has the ability to distribute rap music. There's only white distribution companies. Island Def Jam is one of them.
Forcing famous black men to normalize the sight of men in dresses was a part of the agenda. And here's the thing, right? A music industry executive who was present at the first meeting between the CIA and music industry executives has written a confessional letter detailing exactly what went down on that fateful day.
All right, so we're going to come back to that. I just wanted to give y'all background on why they're going after content creators and threatening us to shut us up while Diddy is presently trying to get another opportunity to get himself bailed out of jail. And our asses, us black people, are running around making all of these Diddy videos, making it difficult for Diddy to get an opportunity to get out of jail. Do y'all understand? Put a 1 in the chat if y'all fully understand all of the connections, the reason why they're trying to threaten content creators. Put a 1 in the chat if y'all understand. I know this is a lot of information. Put a 1 in the chat if y'all understand, because I know this is a lot of information.
Extremely dangerous to our democracy.
Tonight, the corporation behind that commentary, defiant and digging in after this video posted by Deadspin went viral. In an internal memo obtained by NBC News, a Sinclair executive lists its journalism awards, and in a statement to reporters writes, "We find it curious that we would be attacked for asking our news people to remind their audiences that unsubstantiated stories exist."
You hear that, right? We're asking our 500 news companies to remind people not to listen to people on social media.
On social media, some critics see it differently.
It's odd to see all these anchors.
See, it's literally a war going on between the media and social media. And we're winning. I'm going to come back tomorrow and talk about Diddy. I'm going to come back Saturday or Sunday and talk about Diddy. I'm going to come back Monday and talk about Diddy. I'm going to come back Tuesday and talk about Diddy because I am getting shown proof that what we're doing as Black people on social media, all of y'all being in here supporting me, is showing them that we have the power. We have the power. Forget CNN, forget ABC, forget TMZ. We are the one with the power, not them. That's why they're trying to shut us up.
They're saying the same thing at the same time with the words that have come out of one central location in Baltimore, Maryland. That's not our tradition in the United States. It's massive propaganda.
The broadcast group, which skews more conservative, owns or operates more than 190 stations, including 15 NBC affiliates.
So when it comes to TikTok, nobody's controlled. Everybody can say what they want to say. And nobody's controlling these TikTokers or people on YouTube. That's the reason why he is going after content creators and not newscasters, because he knows newscasters are simply reading off a paper. The TikTok people are like, yo, get him out of here. He's trash. News ain't gonna say he's trash. But we'll say he's trash. I say it myself. P. Diddy is trash. His parties aren't the problem. It's the secret tunnels under his house or the usage of said tunnels under his house is the problem. It's the transportation, allegedly underage women from one state to another state. And to show y'all the tunnels. Some of y'all have seen this already, but I'm just going to show y'all real quick. This is going to be real quick. The people who've seen this already, calm down real quick.
So actually, like every time I walk past his house.
I just want to show y'all the tunnels real quick. It's going to be like 30 seconds. So, because some of y'all done seen this already. This is for the new people who have not seen this already. Everybody hit the like button. Where my likes at? Y'all don't hit the like button yet? Where the likes at? Where is the likes? Before I play this video, where are the likes? Somebody tell me where the likes are. So I'm going to play a commercial and then we're going to play this actual video about the tunnels and get these likes up. Somebody tell me where the likes are. Quick commercial. We'll be right back. With a solution that will help every woman watching, regardless of age, regardless of background. Virtually all of us have somewhat the same issues with the opposite sex. But what if I told you the opposite sex isn't the reason why you're having all these problems? It may be the same sex. What am I talking about? And I'm talking to the ladies in particular. Your mother. See, in my 7 years of coaching women, the number one thing that I hear in my coaching sessions is her issue or tumultuous relationship with her mother. So what I've done is come out with a card game that will actually help mothers and daughters. Hit the like button, y'all. Hit the like button, hit the like button, hit the like button, hit the like button, hit the like button. Come back together. See, we can't expect women to just go out in the world and have these great, amazing relationships with men when she didn't have a great relationship with the person that birthed her. We have to get to the source of a woman's pain, her inadequacies, her insecurities, and heal that little girl inside of her before she goes out in the world as a woman. I call like mother, like daughter Therapy in a Box. It's 50 questions for the daughter to ask the mother, questions that you always wanted to ask. And it's also 50 questions for the mother to ask the daughter, because we can't get proper communication being one-sided. But when you're able to ask the questions that you always wanted to ask to your mother without her getting upset, without her pulling rank on you, and then she gets an opportunity to ask certain questions to you, the lines of communication are now open. When women are finally able to forgive their mother, forgive their father, forgive what happened to them, and most importantly, hear her mother's side of the story that she never divulged to you, relationships outside of the household would then blossom. Because for most women, there's a hurt little girl inside of her that never had an opportunity to be seen or heard. And I didn't just create this card game for you. I created this card game for all of us. Because when our women are at their best, we all are at our best. All of the resentment, the lack of being heard, but all that stops when you buy my new Like Mother, Like Daughter card game. Order it now. The link is under this video. Click the link and let's start healing. All right, so here's a video about the tunnels, and then we'll get back to everything else.
And obviously the Playboy Mansion's right there, and we know about the tunnels that connect from the Playboy Mansion
to here.
I'm sure they could.
All right, so these are the
staff members released
right here.
You and Jack Nicholson had your own secret passageway into the Playboy Mansion.
No.
Is that true?
Well, I think the story was printed that there was a tunnel.
Playboy.com staff members released some blueprints that they found a few years ago that show underneath the Playboy Mansion is a series of tunnels that were constructed to link Hugh Hefner's world-famous domicile to the homes of Jack Nicholson, James Caan, Kirk Douglas, and Warren Beatty. The blueprints, which show that the construction project was built in the 70s and 80s, were discovered in the Playboy archives by staff writers looking for a juicy story.
Now dig this. A photo from the late 70s allegedly showing an excavation in progress beneath the mansion. And this one shows the newly discovered tunnel plans. Check out the bunny logo on the plywood wall.
The second time I met Oprah was at the Playboy Mansion. There's tunnels under the Playboy Mansion that lead to celebrities' homes. All kind of celebrities' homes.
And we've caught them. We've caught them all. We've got it all.
Staff members released some blueprints. Playboy Mansion is a series of tunnels. Playboy.com staff members released some blueprints that they found a few years ago that show underneath the Playboy Mansion is a series of tunnels that were constructed to link Hugh Hefner's world-famous domicile to the homes of Jack Nicholson, James Caan, Kirk Douglas, and Warren Beatty. The blueprints, which show that the construction project was built in the 70s and 80s, were discovered in the Playboy archives by staff writers looking for a juicy story.
Now dig this. A photo from the late 70s allegedly showing an excavation in progress beneath the mansion. And this...
Sorry, y'all, that's the wrong one. This is the video I was looking for. So this is the Playboy Mansion right here, and this is how the tunnel actually looks. And this is the walk space from the Playboy Mansion, and over the Playboy Mansion is a golf course. So as you can see, you can transport young girls, prostitutes, or whatever through the tunnel without nobody watching you. So this is P. Diddy's house, which is Jack Nicholson's old house, and he is part of this conspiracy, and this is the reason why Diddy is going to prison. Not the freak-offs, who was at the freak-offs, and how he bust a whole bunch of young girls in. It'll be a bus that'll pull up, and all of a sudden, all the young girls would just disappear out of the bus because they'll be going down in a freaking tunnel. So this right here is, all right, this is a bigger picture of the actual tunnel. So as you can see, it says northbound tunnel to one house, northbound tunnel to another house. This is P. Diddy's house, the second circle, and then southbound tunnel to another person's house. And this is how they were transporting all of the young girls into Diddy's house off of the bus, because they will bus a bunch of girls in, and they would literally call the girls party favors. They literally called them party favors. So they would bust the quote unquote party favors into the near the house, and all of the girls would just go down into the tunnel and travel into P. Diddy's house, so nobody would actually be able to see them, like neighbors or whatever. This is the reason why P. Diddy is going to prison. This is why. All right. Shout out to Pretty Kitty. Thank you for the super chat. Keep the real journalism. Great job. Babylon is falling. All facts, all facts, all facts. Now, if y'all appreciate what I'm doing for y'all, I got a Cash App. Is $AARON 1000. Cash App is $AARON 1000. $5, $10, $500, $200, whatever. Just drop a Cash App, support the channel. Drop a Cash App, support the channel. Because this is my job, y'all. I ain't got no job. I ain't got no job to the first. My job is to bring information to you that will help my company. That will help my community. And I got products that will help my community also. All right, so let's go. Where's the video? Okay, here we go. For whatever reasons, it's his look of young. Because the party isn't the thing that I'm looking at when it comes to Diddy. I'm looking at the numbers of deaths that have been surrounding him. Heavy D, Kim Porter, Biggie, Tupac. You know how they're talking about how Diddy's living conditions is so horrible because he's in jail? Well, I want y'all to think about this. Yes, Diddy's living conditions are terrible. But what about Biggie's living conditions? What about Kim Porter's living conditions? What about Tupac's living conditions? What about Andre Harrell's living conditions? What about Craig Mack, Heavy D, Black Rob's living conditions? They don't have living conditions because they're not alive. So to anybody who feels bad about P. Diddy's living conditions, P. Diddy needs to be thankful that he's living, because half of the people that came up with him are not living. Most of the people that Diddy was around are dead, and he's whining about living conditions. Kim Porter, the mother of his children, doesn't have living conditions because she's not living. Shit is crazy. Craig Mack, Black Rob, like virtually every person that was ever close to Diddy, almost, is dead. And then Shine, he's not dead, but he did what, 15 years in prison? So it's like every single person that you ever loved, Diddy, is dead. You know, that's the thing. So you got Diddy parties and one thing, yeah, and Al B. Shore was allegedly poisoned and he survived. Jamie Foxx was allegedly poisoned and he survived. So you got Diddy parties over here, no problem. Somebody said, who groomed Diddy? CY just said, who groomed Diddy? His mother groomed Diddy. I'll say it again. His own mother groomed Diddy. Just keep that in mind. His mother, Janice Combs, groomed Diddy. Keep that in mind. Cool. But then you got all these dead people over here. And yes, I do think Diddy had something to do with Tupac's murder and Biggie's murder.
literally, and once again, I'm not a journalist. All I'm doing is literally reading what's on the paper and literally reading it to the audience. All of this is public information. I understand why you're calling and you're saying it is inaccurate, which I appreciate. So now I know going forward, you will not ever be mentioned. You're only mentioning that small piece. So I get that part.
Right here. She's taking correction. This is a dope person. And thank y'all for hitting the like button. I appreciate y'all. She's a dope person. She's not being argumentative. She's taking directions. So I like this. She's taking directions. She's not being argumentative. I love that. I absolutely love that.
And I just want to caution you that this is a very real investigation. This is not entertainment. The text messages that you're covering, the text message, the way that you're presenting it, matter of fact, even what you said was inaccurate. The text message that you're referring to in your story, if you go back and listen to it, doesn't even go with the story that you're giving. It's a different text message. Sir, I'm not giving anything, sir. I'm reading what's literally on the screenshot on the paper. If there's an issue with how it's written, that would be a question you have with Tyrone Blackburn. He's the one who wrote it. So I'm just literally, and once again, I'm not a journalist. All I'm doing is literally reading what's on the paper. And
somebody said, is she still alive? Yes, yes, yes. Both of these women are still alive. Yes, 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 yes. They are okay. They're okay.
Literally reading it to the audience. All of this is public information. I understand why you're calling and you're saying it is inaccurate, which I appreciate. So now I know going forward, you will not ever be mentioned. You're only mentioning that small piece. So I get that part. But
thank you, Layla. Yeah, we had 1,400 likes. I love it. I love it. I love it. I want to get to 2,000, but I'm happy with 1,400.
I'm not insinuating. Go ahead. Just listen to me very carefully. Okay. Go back and listen to what you put out there, and then look at the text message that you're referring to. And I will remind you of this. You're looking at a screenshot of something that is incomplete.
Faith Factor said, did his mother really groom him, or was it Harvey? If y'all want me to get into that, I'll get into that a little later, but I have proof of everything that I'm saying. So just hang out, Faith Factor, and I'll show you the video that I have of his own mother grooming him.
A lot is incomplete. Okay, so that yeah, and I get you. And once again,
her mother hooked him up with Clive Davis. So she actually gave her own son to Clive Davis, and Clive Davis started sleeping with Diddy, and both of them groomed him to be this monster he is today.
That would be, this conversation would be with Tyrone Blackburn. I didn't write the docket. I only recorded it. Like, I didn't write that. Well, I understand, but I would hope, and trust me, it's being dealt with Blackburn and judges and attorneys and all that. But again, if you want to have any credibility, not just run an entertainment site, if you want to have any credibility in what you're doing and what you're saying, instead of just saying alleged, you really need to be mindful and be careful of what you're putting out there and do a little bit more research. If you do a little bit more research, I think it's going to change your opinion, and it's also going to change how you promote what you're doing. You don't have to do what I'm telling you. I'm letting you know it's 100% fabricated, and all you're doing is recirculating something that's 100% fabricated.
So I want y'all to think about this. This is a professional white dude, and he's spending his time scrolling down TikTok trying to contact TikTokers that are talking about the Diddy case. And it's really weird. But like I said, I understand why, because in all honesty, we get our news from social media. Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, YouTube. Ain't nobody sitting around looking at the news on TV. Nobody sits around looking at the news on no damn TV. I don't even know how to access the news. Does anybody know how to access the news? I have no clue on how to access the news other than on Instagram. I don't even know what the hell, or on YouTube. I don't know how to access no damn news. I don't have cable. I have different apps. Netflix ain't got no news. Hulu ain't got no news. I don't know how to access news. I'm sure it's some type of news app, but who the hell wants to do that? I don't care about that. So the thing about it is, we got Netflix and Hulu and Apple Plus. Ain't nobody thinking about no damn news. So we in just this age are accessing news from Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and YouTube. And that shows our power as a society. We now have the ear of our own community. And with y'all's help, we are spreading the news that we feel is important and not who white people or not what white people feel is important. We are in control of everything. So check this out.
Diddy was taking advantage of one of the victims, alleged victims. Mary was involved.
Mary J. Blige. We're talking about Mary J. Blige.
In the video, it's alleged that Diddy was taking advantage of one of the victims, alleged victims. Mary was involved. But Mary can be clearly heard saying, "This is my rite of passage."
There is a tape of Mary about to sleep with, I think, a couple guys, and she says on the tape, "This is my rite of passage."
That was the part that I couldn't make heads or tails of.
Hold on. Michael says, "I hate Diddy." Don't hate Diddy. Hate this person.
Video that is no longer available online. Yeah, I'm sure that's not sketchy.
Hate this person. Y'all have to understand where your hate needs to go.
That would be this man right here, Mr. Lucian Grange.
Hate that person. Lucian Grange is over all of this stuff. Don't hate Diddy. Diddy was traumatized by his mother. Diddy deserves to go to prison, but Diddy's mother deserves to go to prison also. Lucian Grange deserves to go to prison also. So you got to understand the people like Clive Davis that did what he did to Diddy. So it's okay. Y'all can hate whoever y'all want. You know, I can't tell y'all what to do. But at the end of the day, it's not Diddy that's the actual problem. It's the white people that are controlling Diddy like puppeteers. I just need y'all to understand. Whitney Houston is dead. Exactly. They deleted Whitney Houston. So whenever somebody does not do what they tell them to do, they show up deceased. But I need y'all to keep in mind, Diddy is not the enemy. Diddy's mother brought Diddy to Clive Davis. Diddy's mother brought her own son to these white men to make her son into this evil demon. Keep that in mind. We have to understand who is doing what. So let's go back to this Mary J. Blige story.
And then once I talked to a survivor, they said, that doesn't sound like somebody who's a willing participant. That sounds like somebody who is acknowledging that I have to do this. So we have a tape being shopped around from somebody who had the tape. It has now been sent to, or I guess pieces of this tape have been sent to news stations.
I'm not excusing Diddy, y'all. Diddy deserves to go to prison. All I'm saying is there are people that are over Diddy that needs to be going to prison also. And there's a hope, because I got proof that Diddy is starting to get death threats already in prison. and he may actually start telling on these white people. So maybe something positive will come out of Diddy not getting bail.
The tape.
Real quick, before we keep going, I need 10 people to contribute to the channel, which could be Cash App, which is under this video, $AARON 1000, drop 10, drop 5, drop 200, whatever you want to drop. Cash App, $AARON. If everybody drop $10 in the chat right now in the Cash App, I would be rich. It's really simple. $10. If everybody watching, 2,400 people times $10 is $24,000. So if you want to make my day, just drop a quick Cash App of $10, and boom, somebody else will do the same thing, and boom. That's how a community comes together, and we build each other up. Or buy my Deeper Discussions card game, which is only $28, and you'll actually get a product in exchange for your dollars. There's 80 cards in this card game, and this card game will actually help you, whether you're a man or a woman, vet the opposite sex, because there's a lot of crazy men out there and there's a lot of crazy women out here, and I am just simply here to offer a product to my community. This is the best $28 that you'll ever spend. It's only $28. So contribute to the channel in one of those ways. Drop a super chat like Tabitha just did. Put some color behind her words. Thank you, Tabitha. Drop a Cash App, $AARON 1000, or click the link under this video, or click the link that is pinned at the top of the video and buy my Deeper Discussions card game. I need 10 people to contribute to the channel. Let's go. Because we're going to be here for a while. I got a whole bunch of stuff.
Has made its way to the feds.
Brand new Diddy news just came out. His PR guru of over 20 years quit. Her cell phone is no longer active, her email is no longer active, and she's the one who has worked with him for decades and was pivotal in changing his bad boy rapper image into this like entrepreneur, white party type of guy. And that's not all we're learning. There's also a new allegation that has come out, and this one is coming from a former reporter. She talks about how when she was 23 years old, she interviewed him, and then the after party was questionable. Definitely not safe for TikTok. We also now know that despite his defense team offering $50 million and saying he will have no cell phone access, his property will essentially become Fort Knox. The judge is saying no, absolutely no bail. He will be held here until trial.
And this news just in about an hour ago, Warner Music president Kaz Kobayashi and Sony Music CEO Randy Goosman just stepped down from their roles. Warner Music president Kaz Kobayashi and Sony Music CEO Randy Goosman just stepped down, along with Kevin Liles. So 3 particular people that are like big executives in the music business, all 3 of them just stepped down today. So, and then plus Diddy's assistant. So that's 4 people that has just quit their jobs all of a sudden because they know Diddy is about to snitch on everybody. Who do you think Diddy is about to snitch on? Comment below. Who do you think Diddy is about to snitch on? Comment below.
Which isn't that surprising given his history with witness intimidation and physical attacks. But here's something I learned about his defense attorney. Guess who else he represented? Keith Raniere. You know, from Nexium? While everybody has been drawing parallels between Diddy and Jeff Epp, they haven't been talking about that connection. Or the fact that apparently he's in the shoe inside that Brooklyn detention center. There's a lot that just got released today, so I'm breaking down all of it, including the new allegations over on the podcast. You can find it all here on all podcast platforms. And here's the exact episode.
See, this is how I know that Puffy has a lot of information on these people. This isn't just a conspiracy. This is intentional. This is the same thing they did to Epstein. Now they're already getting us prepared for this already. I was just telling someone this yesterday.
Oh, DJ Khaled has really been quiet. Somebody brought up DJ Khaled. And Trump has been seen in plenty pictures with Diddy also. Oprah, yup. Oprah, yup.
They're going to say that Diddy offed himself. They're going to convince us, the public, that Diddy offed himself. This is the story from TMZ. Diddy incarceration could pose risk, prison coach warns. Diddy may be holding up okay at the moment behind bars, but concern for his well-being is warranted, a celebrity prison coach tells TMZ. When the fuck did we start getting celebrity prison coaches?
What the hell is a celebrity prison coach? Like, who gets that job? Hey, my job is to coach celebrities who go to prison. What in the hell is a celebrity prison coach? What the hell is that?
When did we take the moment behind bars, but concern for his well-being is warranted, a celebrity prison coach tells TMZ. When the fuck did we start getting celebrity prison coaches? When did we start getting celebrity prison coaches? This is insane. This is crazy, man. They're going to say that Diddy committed SUICIDE. Y'all stay tuned for that, man. I hope that doesn't happen, but that's what's going to end up happening.
Music mogul Sean Diddy Combs spent his first night behind bars inside a facility that is being called Hell on Earth. The Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn is notorious for its appalling living conditions and rampant violence. How bad is it inside this federal lockup? There have been 2 murders, 4 suicides, and numerous stabbings and lockdowns in recent years. It's so
recent years. That don't mean that's horrific. If he was there recent days, then I will understand. But recent years, man, if you don't go head on somewhere
out of control inside,
that means it's been more stabbings outside of prison than inside of prison. Do you know how many people get stabbed up and deleted per day outside of prison? So that means inside of prison isn't even that bad versus outside of prison.
That 4 federal judges are reportedly refusing to send any more prisoners here. Donald Trump's former fixer, Michael Cohen, spent a harrowing year in federal custody. He says for someone used to a life of luxury like Diddy, prison life is a severe shock.
You have a desk, you have a plastic chair, you have your bed with a 1.5-inch mattress, no pillow, and you also have a locker. So you basically have 3 feet by 5 feet to move around. So you have a basic 15 square feet. It is a horrible, horrible place.
Diddy's lawyers were so eager to keep him out.
Just for the record, jail is not a horrible, horrible place. I've been to federal prison, I've been to a state prison, and I've been to a county jail, which Diddy is in. Recently, within the last year, to speak to the inmates, to help them forgive whoever, traumatized them, that caused them to end up doing something to go to prison in the first place, right? So I get called to go to the prisons and talk to the inmates. So they have a basketball court in the prisons. We go into prisons and we playing spades. We having all kinds of fun, just hanging out with the inmates. The inmates be having good spirits. They be like, yo, man, what's going on, man? I appreciate you coming to see us, man. Like, They talkative, they open, and we end up playing spades with everybody. We playing basketball. They got a basketball court in the prison. The county jail has a basketball court. So all this, oh my God, it's horrific. No, it's not. I've been there to speak to the people. I've been to the federal, to the state, and to pretrial. They are not horrific. Is it a whole bunch of dudes? Yeah. Is it dirty? Yeah. But it's not really that bad. I've been there. They ain't having a ball. The only thing you ain't got in there is women, but it ain't even that bad. So anything that they're talking about having to do with Diddy and whining about how terrible it is, it's a lie. It is not that bad. It's not even cold yet. So they can't even say it's cold. It's hot. It ain't even cold yet.
Out of jail, they offered his palatial $48 million home in Miami Beach and his private jets as bail.
Oh. Listen to this. Listen to this, y'all. This is important. Listen to this.
By 5 feet to move around. So you have a basic 15 square feet. It is a horrible, horrible place.
Diddy's lawyers were so eager to keep him out of jail, they offered his palatial $48 million home in Miami Beach and his private jets as bail.
Okay, my predictions for Diddy.
Damn. Can you imagine giving up your $48 million house and a private jet to bail out of? Damn. That's crazy. All right. The faith factor says Diddy is going to be in the shower and he's going to get a tap on his butt cheeks. Do you want to party with me? But I think Diddy's going to be happy. I think Diddy's going to enjoy that because he likes dudes. I want y'all to see this. No party like. I want y'all to look at this. I'm worrying about this song being copyrighted, so I'm going to take the music off. So we're just going to watch this without the music because I'm afraid of getting copyright struck. So check this out. This is multiple pictures of Donald Trump and his wife. So that's Diddy, his wife, and Kim Porter. This is the song. But I don't play too much of it. I don't know problems. So yeah, Donald Trump. All these pictures are of Donald Trump. Donald Trump is all through them Diddy parties. It is crazy. That's crazy.
You got it. I should tell him no. I did.
Yeah, so it's really ugly out there. It's really ugly.
You know that I always say that the U.S. Attorney's Office does not lose. They have almost a 100% conviction rate. So if the feds are coming after you, they have an ironclad case and they are most likely not going to lose, unless you're Mike Lynch. So as we know, Diddy was denied bond. This is someone who is borderline a billionaire. He's not going to do well in prison. He's not going to last there long. He's going to be there for 24 hours and say, get me out of here. So what is Diddy going to do? He's going to flip. He's going to flip.
Everybody hit the like button. Everybody hit the like button. Flip the like button, y'all. The likes have slowed down. Make sure they get back to hitting the like button.
Flip immediately. So we're going to find out sooner rather than later who else was involved. We're going to be able to find out who was involved well before Diddy sings. Want to know how? Anyone who was not involved with Diddy is going to start trolling him. Look at 50. It took 50 1 minute to start trolling him. So anyone who is a close associate of Diddy who is not
Trey Songz,
not now speaking out against him, or, you know, in the coming days and weeks not speaking out against him, that person is probably involved.
Somebody said Trey Songz. I think Trey Songz is going to stay under the radar because he's, to a certain degree, not really active in the music world anymore. Trey Songz is another terrible person, but I think Trey Songz is safe simply because he just done got out the way and he's just gone about his business or whatever. So in my opinion, either one of the Kardashians or Oprah is next. What do y'all think? I think one of the Kardashians or Oprah is next. I think a female is the next person to go down. But what do y'all think? Lucian Grange, that's a hope, but I think Lucian Grange has way too much money. That's why I said LeBron. What LeBron do? I think Lucian Grange has way too much money and way too much power to go down. Is going to be a black woman. I'll say it again. The next person to go down is going to be a black woman. Jennifer Lopez ain't really do nothing. Kris Jenner, one of the Kardashians. Dwight Howard. What Dwight Howard do? Dwight Howard is just gay. Like, he did nothing. See, the reason why I say Oprah as an example is because Oprah got them schools in Africa, and allegedly kids be showing up missing in Oprah's school in Africa. Now, if that's the truth, I don't know. I don't know nothing. But allegedly, the kids that goes to Oprah's school in Africa just be disappearing. Next thing you know, so-and-so just didn't show up to school tomorrow. And they just be like, oh, well. And they just going by their business. Kamala might be into this. I don't know. Kamala might be doing something. It's a possibility. But yeah, I think Oprah is not. I mean, Oprah is actually next. I think Oprah is next. Hit the like button, y'all. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. You next if you don't hit the like button. How about that?
Hate to break it to you, babe, that person is probably involved. It's because they do not want to give Diddy any reason to flip on them. They want to show loyalty to Diddy, so Diddy hopefully shows loyalty to them and does not snitch on them and chooses to snitch on someone else. Think about it. If you're gonna flip, you're gonna flip on the people who flipped on you first. I think any close associate who doesn't speak out against him, it's gonna be very telling and we should be looking at them. What do you have to hide? And anyone speaking out against him, I mean, pretty good indicator they're not involved.
All right, shout out to Faith Factor. The Secret Service is now involved in the investigation. Know what that means? Some high profile politicians are somehow involved. Oh yeah, everybody is on those tapes. Everybody is on those tapes. And real quick, we got 12 card games sold, and I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all so much. We got 12 card games sold. Can we get to 20? 12 people bought my Deeper Discussions card game, and I want to say thank you to the 12 people. But can we get to 20? Can we get to 8 more people to buy my Deeper Discussions card game? That's all I need. 8 more people to buy my Deeper Discussions card game. What is that? Is this right here. We'll be right back.
We meet up at a coffee shop and play this fun dating card game. We'll have fun and see if we're compatible all at the same time.
Ooh, what's the name of the game?
It's called Deeper Discussions.
I'm down.
Okay, meet you at 6.
Fellas, buy this card game. Ladies, buy this card game. Buy about 2 or 3 card games. The main reason why people can't stay together isn't because they don't like each other no more. It's actually because their present family issues come up or their past family issues come up. But when you play Deeper Discussions, you'll be able to understand a person's family issues up front.
This game can be played with either 2 people or an entire group. So have fun.
Question number 1. Name a time when money was the main factor while a relationship went bad.
Deeper Discussions Dating Edition. Again, these cards are good for vetting a potential boyfriend, a potential girlfriend, a potential husband, a potential wife. The texture of these cards are so soft and silky, by the way. Like
they ain't gonna
really
get wore out.
Durable.
A dating card game for introverts who have a hard time asking the much needed compatibility questions. Deeper Discussions, the card game.
All right, somebody brought up Ellen DeGeneres. Somebody brought up Ellen the DeGeneres. I think you have a point. I forgot all about Ellen. I think Ellen actually may be next. A white woman. I'm trying to look for the video that I had of Diddy and Ellen. Where is that video? Hold on 1 second. I'm looking for this Ellen DeGeneres video. I know I got it. Because Ellen was very close to the Diddy parties. Let's see. I think this is it. Hold on 1 second.
Saw this coming. Diddy being indicted, 250 cameras. Speaking of, the thing that I find interesting about the Diddy situation is not just that the cameras was found in his home. It's the events that led up to. Diddy claimed that this liquor company was discriminating against him, and then shortly thereafter, Cassie filed this lawsuit, which forced Diddy to drop his lawsuit, only for him to pay Cassie off, and then Little Rod slap him with his lawsuit, right? Little Rod claimed that Lucian Grange was aiding and abetting Diddy, only for Lucian Grange to be dropped from the lawsuit 4 to 6 days prior to the Cassie tape drop. You following me? Mind you, there is a lawsuit that was dismissed in 2020 that named Lucian Grange in a trafficking case. So he ain't new to this, he true to this, in my opinion. And allegedly, this isn't me taking up for Diddy, but I find it awfully strange. You were in this lawsuit, you dropped the lawsuit, then Cassie come out, then Little Rod. Now we have 7 victims that's filing claims against Diddy. But have y'all ever thought, like, who was on these tapes? Because I'm hearing and I read that he may have had these cameras in his home as insurance. Insurance again.
A grand jury has been called in for Diddy's indictment. They are moving to the next step on him. So according to CNN and TMZ, the Southern District of New York Justice Department is moving forward in the investigation against Diddy. Yep, they moving to the next step. They are notifying witnesses that they may be called to testify in front of a grand jury. And this is for a criminal indictment, baby, which means that they have done all their work.
For been involved or seen any of his quote unquote freak offs that people are saying that he had. I was never a part of that. I always knew when it was time to go home. But it's somebody, I believe what I just saw Uncle Luke say earlier today, that this is a machine coming after this dude.
Yeah.
Like, I think, and I said this publicly, and now for the first time, I'm going to say this on my podcast. I think it's Diageo.
Really?
Diageo is fucking powerful. These people put money behind political campaigns. They're the second or the third largest alcohol distribution company in the world. Right, and Suntory is one of them too.
Yeah.
But Diageo is big. Puff made a lot of money for Diageo and with Diageo with Ciroc. Ciroc became so big that Diageo was fine with people thinking it was Puffy's liquor and never was.
Yeah.
Oh, then here comes the De Leon.
The De Leon.
Right. And De Leon comes out, and then they buy Casamigos from George Clooney and them for $400 million. So of course, if I just spent $400 million or something, or however much they gave George Clooney his partner, I'm going to start pushing that.
Yeah.
And De Leon kind of got pushed on the back burner. And then Puff all of a sudden decides to sue them for racial discrimination. All of this shit comes out right after that. Right after the Cassie case came up, then all the other cases from the Adult Survivors Act in New York came up. Now the kid Little Rod, who's supposed to be a videographer or a producer, produced on his last album, or his shit is coming up. He's suing everybody. All of this shit is coming right after he said, Diageo, y'all racially discriminated against me and tried to sue him. We know how a lot of people feel about black people.
Yeah.
When you get money with them and they getting a lot of money, you got to always remember in their eyes and in the back of their minds, you ain't nothing but a and that's all you ever going to be. I don't give a how much money you worth. To me, you and don't get out of pocket. Why did all this stuff start happening? Right with the Diageo, to me, this shit is written on the wall, plain to see for anybody to see. That there's somebody that got some money or put in their foot in Puff's ass. I'm telling you, he had to sell his shares of Revolt. He has no ownership of Revolt.
Yo, how was it, bro?
Hold on, y'all. I'm looking for something real quick. Oh, I found it. Where is it? Here it is. Check this out.
I want y'all to watch and listen to this clip of what 50 Cent is saying before I say something.
Like me, my particular experience with Beam Centauri, it was great in the beginning. It's great for us to work for them. It's not so cool when you start to own things. You see what I'm saying? So I made a lot of money with them too. Like there's a point, they did a deal that mirrored what Puffy's deal with Diageo was for Ciroc. So he didn't have ownership of that at any point, but he was getting a lot of money, like almost like $60 million a year at one point. So you see him go to De Leon is when you see him have some issues. And these people have really strong relationships. Don't think that the civil case doesn't turn into a criminal case faster because he's making that them.
Which is why whenever these type of situations come up, baby, you are never going to catch me putting down my people, because I understand these type of things are bigger than what it is perceiving. These people have to lie to us and manipulate us to think that these people are truly bad people because you want to control and dictate. Whenever our people are getting in legal trouble and they're rich and they're famous, baby, it is not because they really did that action. It is because they're trying to stand in their own power and they're not trying to be a tool to these non-black people. But black people in America will be the people that they use to take down their own people. It's mind-blowing.
Hit a like button, y'all. Hit a like button.
The porns in the house. And the box was labeled, take that. I was like, man.
I think this is a video about Ellen DeGeneres, I believe.
Hell yeah, he robbed us. And we want our fucking money. God damn it. No, he did rob us though. I ain't bullshitting about the robbery. But, hey man, he in a bit of a pickle right now. Daddy. It's funny, but it's still, I don't know. I don't want to laugh at no shit while some shit happening, but. Hey, motherfucker say Diddy had got on a jet and got the fuck up out of there. That shit funny as hell to me. I was like, man, you gotta find a surveillance camera of Diddy had dogging to that bitch. Diddy was probably hitting it on the surveillance. Shit would have been a shit show a long time ago. Never tried me, I'll be honest with you. Yeah, no. Fucking know who to try, who not to try, I guess. I mean, this is what it is. You can tell by the way I walk, I ain't from around here. You know, so play with who you want to play with.
Deborah actually has a point. Diddy was on Ellen DeGeneres' show 19 times. I think this is the Ellen video right here. I have so many videos. I be forgetting what videos what.
Yeah, man. You can think what you want, eat what you sow, and you're going to stand on that and understand that. And that's just what it is. Just let God do. Battle
remains unknown.
We know they got some information that or coercion.
Exposing some really creepy stuff. And this time he is now claiming that he has some footage of Steve Harvey allegedly engaging in a freak off with Diddy. Now, y'all know how the streets have been saying that Steve Harvey allegedly pimped Lori to Diddy, right? Well, Kat is claiming that this allegedly is a ruse by Steve to get close to Diddy for himself. Yeah, some very interesting reasons. Now, Kat's revelations have set the internet on fire, so yes, of course, we're gonna break it down.
Now, I've had to turn down $50 million 4 times. 4 times. Just to protect my integrity and that
Yo, who don't found some lube emojis? Yo, somebody don't drop some lube emojis. Yo, everybody drop lube emojis in the chat. Yo, y'all are hilarious. Somebody drop lube emojis in the chat if you can find a lube emoji. Who can find a lube emoji? Uh-oh, Diddy is in here from jail. He said, y'all gay.
virgin hole I was telling you about. Right, because P. Diddy be wanting the body. And you gotta tell him no.
Yo, y'all find a lube emojis in the chat. Y'all are hilarious. Yo, everybody spam the chat with lube emojis. Y'all are hilarious.
You got to tell him no. I did. fell. I did. See, I got the receipts for everything I'm telling you. That's why I can say them so freely.
Y'all, it's looking like more and more Cat Williams is determined to single-handedly take down the entire industry. Because y'all, the things that we've been hearing from him, absolutely mind-blowing to say the very least. And he has spilled so much tea about the industry, with starting off with stuff like Oprah being a handler for Hollywood, to her blackballing black artists, to Kevin Hart being an industry plant, Steve Harvey's toupee. Need I go on? Well, it's like every single time we think that he couldn't possibly shock us any more than he already has, he says something that completely blows everything out of the park. And this time, it's no different, because he is now claiming that he has footage of an alleged freak-off between Diddy and Steve Harvey. Now, Diddy and his freak-offs have been a major trending topic on social media. It's freak-offs here and freak-offs there. It's FOs everywhere these past couple of weeks. But thanks to Cassie and her explosive lawsuit, where she laid it all out and bare for us to see. In her lawsuit, she claimed that Diddy would allegedly force her into intimate situations with men. The lawsuit said, the first time, Mr. Combs hired a man and brought the man to his home in Los Angeles. The man, Mr. Combs, and Miss Ventura wore masquerade masks and ingested drugs. Mr. Combs directed Miss Ventura to perform intimate acts with his man, while Mr. Combs watched them. He got off to it while he directed Miss Ventura and the man to do specific intimate acts. The entire encounter lasted multiple days. Mr. Combs began to call the arrangement a freak-off, or FO. Now, the interesting thing is that several rappers and artists have been accused of being in freak-offs with Diddy, with multiple names being on the list, including allegedly Will Smith, Kevin Hart, Usher, and a whole lot more. In her lawsuit, Cassie claimed that Diddy would often record the freak-offs and keep copies of the videos. He kept such good records of the videos that he would always know whenever Cassie deleted one. She claimed that he had backup copies of everything and would download the videos and force her to watch them just to prove to her who the boss was. Well, in all that we've been talking about regarding Diddy's freak-offs, one name that somehow hasn't been coming up is Steve Harvey. And according to Kat, this is because Steve has been smart enough not to align himself too publicly with Diddy. And this is why he has been able to fly under the radar when it comes to Diddy's freak-offs.
One thing about the Department of Homeland Security and the feds in general is that they are not going to do a whole lot of talking. I'm a lawyer, not yours. Now, let's break down the raids of the homes connected to Diddy in Los Angeles and Miami. Note that the feds have said
hit the like button, y'all. Hit the like button, hit the like button, hit the like button.
very little, next to nothing about this case. The only quote I saw says, we, law enforcement, and I quote, executed law enforcement actions as part of an ongoing investigation with assistance from Homeland Security Investigations Los Angeles, Homeland Security Investigations Miami, and our local law enforcement partners. That's it, and that's all. Note that unlike a lot of speculation online, Homeland Security has not said anything about this investigation, about this raid on the houses being related to sex trafficking. They've said nothing like that. And we can continue to expect absolutely zero information from the feds until and unless criminal charges are filed and Diddy has a pending criminal case. Now, I will say that typically,
y'all got so many lube emojis in here. Y'all are freaking hilarious. Yo, y'all are hilarious. Diddy in here. Oh my God, y'all are tripping.
Prior to criminal charges being brought, for example, RICO charges come to mind, we do see federal agents and law enforcement raiding people's homes. So is it reasonable to expect then at some point later down the line, criminal charges to be brought? Absolutely. But not always. It's also true that law enforcement could conduct a search warrant and not file any charges against Diddy. Remember, the Department of Homeland Security and the feds have not even said that they are investigating Diddy at all. They haven't said what they're doing. All we know is that they executed a warrant on the home. There is a popular notion, though, that by the time the feds get to a knocking on your door, whatever they said you did that shit, and they have an airtight case. Do I think that's always true? No. But I say that to say this. If I'm on Diddy's legal team, certainly this is not a positive, a great development in the case for me. But I am certainly on high alert that, hey, now that the feds have executed a search warrant on my client's homes or homes related to my client, now I know that I probably need to be preparing for a federal criminal case coming down the pipeline, and I'm going to begin preparing accordingly.
I ultimately there's been so much stuff said. Like, what do you say?
Now, is Jason Lee another victim of Diddy's crimes against his artists? Suspicions arose surrounding Jason Lee's potential past involvement with the music mogul. In 2017, rapper 50 Cent made suggestive remarks on social media, which led to insinuations and speculation regarding Diddy's personal life and orientation. The rapper uploaded a pic of Open Empire creator Lee Daniels embracing Diddy. He wrote in the caption, "Lee, so you want the role or not, Puffy? Puff, yes. Okay, I'm coming over later. Lee, we have to wait till later. Power, coming soon." This has been a topic of discussion and speculation among fans and industry insiders, with some suggesting that Diddy might be either into men and women or closeted.
He said. And somebody said, what about the threats? Let me play this real quick. I got another video about Ellen DeGeneres coming in what? In 2 minutes. People. For those who didn't see this the first time, listen to this. Hit the like button, hit the like button, hit the like button. It's actual people that work for Diddy that are contacting content creators to get them to stop doing videos about Diddy. Because this is important for any content creator who is doing videos about any type of celebrity. It's important for them to see that there's a possibility that celebrity will see your video and start coming after you or try to threaten you. I just want to say to any person, private investigator, or any of Diddy's goons, I like guns more than Diddy likes man booty. Play with me if you want to. I got all kinds of shit around this motherfucker. So I just want to say that I like guns more than Diddy likes man booty. Shout out to the private investigators. You know, do something crazy, you're gonna leave here with no arms. So I'm just saying, play with us if you want to. All right, so here we go. Everybody hit the like button. To the new people, please hit the like button.
Conversation consent. And I have received full consent from Vicky May to play this video for you. So on March 29th, Russell Green, the private investigator mentioned in Little Rod's lawsuit against Diddy, reached out to Vicky May. Yes, the same private investigator who allegedly harassed an 8-year-old for information about her dad. She only reads what she sees and she doesn't add to it. So the video I'm about to play for you is the conversation between Vicky and Mr. Russell Green, the private investigator that Diddy allegedly hired to pursue information about Rodney Jones.
Hi, Russell. This is Victoria. I got your email.
Hey, Victoria, how are you?
I'm good. How about you?
Good. I got sent your TikTok, you covering the Diddy case.
Uh-huh.
Russell Green, the private investigator mentioned in Little Rod's lawsuit against Diddy, reached out to Vicky May. Yes, the same private investigator who allegedly harassed an 8-year-old for information about her dad. She only reads what she sees and she doesn't add to it. So the video I'm about to play for you is the conversation between Vicky and Mr. Russell Green, the private investigator that Diddy allegedly hired to pursue information about Rodney Jones.
I got sent your TikTok, you covering the Diddy case.
I sent you an email saying and found out you're talking about you covering the Diddy case.
Is you okay to speak with me about that?
Is it okay to speak with me about this?
Yeah, yes, sir.
Obviously, we're not in court right now. We're going to be in court at some point.
Obviously, we're not in court right now.
But the information that you're covering, in addition to involving me, is 100%.
The information that you are covering involving me, he said the word me, as in him, and the person's name is Russell Green, is incorrect. So right now, he's not talking about Diddy in particular. He's talking about himself, Russell Green, which is somebody that allegedly works for P. Diddy.
Inaccurate.
Sorry for
Okay, can you hear me?
I can hear you, but I didn't hear you saying anything.
Okay, so is there a reason that you're calling me? Because as mentioned in the video, all of this is alleged, and I made that clear in the video. Nothing is all, as listening to anybody who follows me, they know this is just his version of events. Nothing in this docket is fact nor fiction until obviously it's proven in court. But only thing I did was read what was in the docket. So I didn't insinuate that it was true. I just read what was listed.
Yeah, I just want to caution you as a journalist, as what you're doing or the entertainment that you're doing. You're actually causing a little bit more harm than good. And what I'm
Okay, it sounds like it's a little bit more clear. So the subtitles are good enough. All right, cool. All right, cool. All right, so I'm no longer going to keep pausing it because they said the subtitles are good enough. So, all right, I got an actual video about Ellen DeGeneres being sent to my phone. Somebody just sent it to me. Give it like 2 more minutes. So, this is what I want everybody watching to get from all of this. One, like I said earlier, we are now the news and not CNN or TMZ. We are actually the news, which makes us the actual enemy. The second thing I want y'all to understand is that even though Diddy is trash, does need to go to prison, and I'm happy that he is not getting bail, because if he doesn't, he can potentially harm somebody and threaten them. And because he threatens a whole bunch of people, he can end up getting off. So I'm glad he's in prison or in jail and doesn't get bail. But there's a possibility if we let up on Diddy, if we stop making Diddy videos, if we stop showing up in these live streams about Diddy, Diddy is going to allow all of this to die down and get bailed out. So we have to stay on his neck. We need to continue showing up in these live streams, whether it's my live stream or somebody else's live stream. Keep showing up in these live streams. Keep commenting, keep liking, keep pushing these anti-Diddy videos out into the world to let the judge know that we don't want this dude to get out of prison or out of jail or get bail. Like I said, we are the new news. So we have to keep showing up for our own people so we can keep this man in jail. And the next thing, the fourth thing I want y'all to understand is that Diddy isn't the main person. Because if Diddy stays in jail, it's a good possibility that he may go crazy. Because one other thing that nobody's talking about is Diddy is a drug addict. So it's not just about going to jail and being stuck in jail and not getting bail. It's him going through withdrawals, and now he does not have access to drugs. And him being in jail all alone, not getting access to drugs, and us being on the outside, being on his neck, talking shit about him ad nausea, all of us, and us showing up in these chats, supporting each other, him not getting bail, him going through withdrawals, could put him in a position where he may start snitching on everybody. That is what we want. That is exactly why I want y'all to put the lube emojis in the chat, because we got to stay on this man's neck. Because the bottom line is, if this man bails out of jail, it's going to be a few people, or more than a few people, that are going to lose their lives. That is a fact. And the fifth thing I want y'all to understand is he is threatening people from jail. He don't need to be out to threaten somebody because he has goons. I just found the lube emoji. You are hilarious. So the thing about it is, we all have to be on our P's and Q's to make sure that we don't end up in no bad situation. So you're a content creator and you're making videos about Diddy, just understand that you may receive a call, you may receive an email of somebody that is in Diddy's camp threatening you to stop. We can't stop. We need to be like Diddy. Well, not like Diddy, but when Diddy says can't stop, won't stop, we need to be like that when it comes to these videos. We need to be can't stop, won't stop on Diddy's neck. Everybody type in the chat, can't stop, won't stop. Everybody drop in the chat, can't stop, won't stop. We can't stop with these videos. We can't stop talking shit about Diddy. Diddy needs to stay in prison. Diddy needs to go to prison for the rest of his life. And speaking of that, somebody else needs to go to prison for the rest of their goddamn life. This person.
But I haven't spoken directly because
Ellen DeGeneres needs to take her ass to prison too.
I don't know what to say.
I may not be the first one to say it. Definitely not going to be the last. But the whole Diddy situation, right? Y'all realize that this is just like the first of thousands. Anyone realize that Ellen DeGeneres has been real quiet lately?
I just wanted to say the past 11 days have been really tough for everyone. But to honor Twitch, I think the best thing that we can do is to laugh.
Y'all.
I think Diddy deleted Twitch. Who thinks Diddy deleted Twitch?
If this is true, Hollywood has turned out to be a sick and sad place. The rumor mill is buzzing with some wild claims about how Ellen DeGeneres potentially set up her close friend Twitch. Allegations suggest it all revolved around footage of Ellen allegedly attending Diddy's infamous gatherings. Now, we're not talking about just the casual appearances. Ellen reportedly had a front row seat at these parties. The plot even thickens more.
Diddy has been on Ellen DeGeneres' show 19 different times. I'll say that again. Diddy has been on the Ellen DeGeneres show 19 times.
Or when you consider what else might have been going on behind closed doors. If Ellen was rubbing elbows at these events, who knows what she would have witnessed. There's even talk of a supposed affair between Diddy and Twitch, adding fuel to the fire.
Could that be a reason why Twitch isn't here anymore? Because him and Twitch were sleeping together. Possibly. I don't know. I don't want to talk bad about somebody who's not here no more. But could that be the reason why Twitch is no longer here anymore? Because Diddy and Twitch were dating. And that's the reason why Diddy was on the Ellen DeGeneres show 19 different times, because they were dating.
It's hard to ignore this pattern that seems to be emerging here. Why do so many individuals in Diddy's inner circle meet similar ends? With Twitch's sudden passing, there's a lot of speculation that he may have possessed knowledge about Ellen and Diddy's activities, leading to his unfortunate fate. Y'all, there's a crazy, tangled Hollywood web that needs to be unraveled. So let's break this down.
Ellen DeGeneres was caught on tape with children at Diddy's mansions. Ellen was allegedly involved in child. She would allegedly sell furniture online at a very high price point, like small cabinets for $10,000.
Listen.
The names of the items were peculiar names like Naraya, Eurythia, Samia, and Alvia. But it turns out these weird names lined up perfectly with recent missing
Little
children
girls.
in the area. So it's alleged the names of the furniture was sort of like a code to buy kids online. So you would buy the product and it would...
What? She was selling $10,000 furniture with kids' names on them. Damn. And shout out to Linda with the with the Cash App. Shout out to Angela for the Cash App. Shout out to Brenda for the Cash App.
And Alvia. But it turns out these weird names lined up perfectly with recent missing children in the area. So it's alleged the names of the furniture was sort of like a code to buy kids online. So you would buy the product and it would actually...
Yeah, Faith Factor. Yeah, Faith. Twitch knew too much. Or he blew too much. I don't know.
be a front for buying a child. It's also coincidental that Ellen's set was strikingly similar to Epstein's Island.
Look how upset he was just talking about this.
Me and I don't believe in judgment either, but I don't want any girl out there thinking it's okay to go back to a guy who hit her. I don't want any girl to think that.
I don't think
Sitting next to P. Diddy saying that is crazy. Know what P. Diddy says next.
I don't mean to put you in that.
No, but you all put me in it. So I'm gonna speak on it. I don't think that it's right for anybody to hit anybody at the end of the day, you know. And I don't think it's right. You know, I think that we all have to be honest with ourselves as adults. And people have been in relationships, you know. We know sometimes those relationships get ugly, you know, and sometimes it doesn't come out into the forefront the way this one has come out. And it's a lot of stones being thrown, and we don't know exactly what's going on. These are two young individuals. We need to pray for them, and we need to give certain support, but you don't need to start just saying that you know something that you don't know.
Diddy, stop it. Real quick, we got 14 card games sold. Let's get to 20. So all we need is 6 more card games, to be sold. The link is under this video. I got 2 different card games under this video. Buy one of my card games right now. Let's get to 6 more card games sold so we can get to 20. Everybody right now, take a second and buy one of my card games. We're going to come back to this Ellen news, but let's get 6 more card games sold. That will help every woman watching, regardless of age, regardless of background. Virtually all of us have somewhat the same issues with the opposite sex. But what if I told you the opposite sex isn't the reason why you're having all these problems? It may be the same sex. What am I talking about? And I'm talking to the ladies in particular. Your mother. See, in my 7 years of coaching women, the number one thing that I hear in my coaching sessions is her issue or tumultuous relationship with her mother. So what I've done is come out with a card game that will actually help mothers and daughters come back together. See, we can't expect women to just go out in the world and have these great, amazing relationships with men when she didn't have a great relationship with the person that birthed her. We have to get to the source of a woman's pain, her inadequacies, her insecurities, and heal that little girl inside of her before she goes out in the world as a woman. I call Like Mother, Like Daughter therapy in a box. It's 50 questions for the daughter to ask the mother, questions that you always wanted to ask. And it's also 50 questions for the mother to ask the daughter, because we can't get proper communication being one-sided. But when you're able to ask the questions that you always wanted to ask to your mother without her getting upset, without her pulling rank on you, and then she gets an opportunity to ask certain questions to you, the lines of communication are now open. When women are finally able to forgive their mother, forgive their father, forgive what happened to them, and most importantly, hear her mother's side of the story that she never divulged to you, relationships outside of the household would then blossom. Can somebody please answer the person's question in the chat? Somebody says, what is a stitch? Stitch is Ellen DeGeneres' assistant or dancer. Because for most women, there's a hurt little girl inside of her that never had an opportunity to be seen or heard. And I didn't just create this card game for you. I created this card game for all of us, because when our women are at their best, we all are at our best. All of the resentment, the lack of being heard, but all that stops when you buy my new Like Mother, Like Daughter card game. Order it now. The link is order it now. It's under this video. Click the link and let's start healing. All right, y'all. We got 5 more card games to go. Somebody just bought one. Go to the link in the chat. Go to the link under this video. Just click the link and see what you like on the website and buy one of my card games. 81 card games in this card game, and my mother-daughter card game is going to have 108 card games. 108 card games. So support the channel. And if you bought my card game already, drop a cash app. $Aaron1000. $Aaron1000.
I wasn't in that car, and it isn't right for him to put his hands on her or her to put his hands on him. It doesn't.
Right here, if I'm not mistaken, they're talking about Chris Brown. Right here, they're talking about Chris Brown, if I'm not mistaken.
Thinking it's okay to go back to a guy who hit her. I don't want any girl to think that.
I don't think.
And I don't mean to put you in that, but it's not you.
No, but you all put me in it. So I'm gonna speak on it. I don't think that it's right for anybody to hit anybody at the end of the day, you know. And I don't think it's right. You know, I think that we all have to be honest with ourselves as adults. And people have been in relationships, you know. We know sometimes those relationships get ugly, you know, and sometimes it doesn't come out into the forefront the way this one has come out. And it's a lot of stones being thrown, and we don't know exactly what's going on. These are two young individuals. We need to pray for them, and we need to give certain support, but you don't need to start just saying that you know something that you don't know. You wasn't in that car. I wasn't in that car, and it isn't right for him to put his hands on her or her to put his hands on him. And we don't know what the problem is, but we need to pray for them, and we need to do things to support them. And that's all I want to say about it.
I agree with
Thank you.
And this just in. Diddy is coming out with his own lube line called Johnson on Johnson. He's coming out with his own luxury lube line called Johnson on Johnson. So just want to say that. And I'm about to sell my own line of baby oil. I gotta come up with a name.
I want to support them. Here's how I'm going to help you now. We take a break and do it afterwards?
Can we dance?
Yes.
I would
Take a
like to
break.
dance.
Dance. Do it.
See, this man thinks he can dance and everything will go away. That don't work no more, sir. All right, so I'm going to hit the link, drop the link if anybody wants to come up and share their thoughts about this whole situation. I'm dropping a link, the StreamYard link for anybody that wants to come up. So I'm dropping a link, the StreamYard link for anybody that wants to come up. So if anybody wants to come up, come on up and share your thoughts on all of this. So hit the StreamYard link that I just dropped in the chat if anybody wants to come up. I want to say something about his mother. Some of y'all have understand this where all this has come from, but some of y'all actually don't, because somebody earlier. Oh, actually, hold on. I want to play this. God damn it. Hold on a second, y'all. I'm trying to get a hold of a video. Here we go.
Reason I stopped making content.
So this is an example for those who didn't see this. This is an example of what it looks like to be invited into one of these parties and how it all starts. So check this out. Put a one in it. Hit the like button, hit the like button, hit the like button. Is Ellen on the freak off list? I believe so. She was doing way more than freak offs.
This story is the reason I stopped making content for 5 years. You guys remember when all those Vine stars and skit Instagrammers moved to LA in like 2015-ish? So I wasn't a huge creator at the time, but I was there and around it all as all of that stuff was happening. I moved from Chicago to LA 3 weeks after high school with like 2,000.
This is how it all starts. And this is how they get young men into the business.
$1,000 in my pocket that I saved up working at Steak and Shake with this other aspiring creator named David. I was much more into editing and being behind the camera at that time, and he was much more into Vine and vlogs and being on camera. That time of our lives was absolutely crazy. Everybody was broke, posting anything we could onto YouTube to get some attention. I happened to get a spot at the now notorious 1600 Vine apartments, and David got a spot a little bit closer to USC. Everyone was collaborating with everyone, and it was the era of clickbait YouTube. And to be honest, it was extremely fun for the first few months, until Hollywood started to notice that influencers were the next big thing, and that the landscape of the industry was changing. And we started to get invited to more exclusive parties and events, where it seemed as if old Hollywood was almost grooming new Hollywood. And there was rumors of this one gathering that was happening on a monthly basis, where it seemed like anybody that got invited saw a massive jump in their numbers, secured huge brand deals right after attending. But apparently this gathering worked on a buddy system. Someone had to vouch for you and bring you as a guest. And by blind luck, me and David ended up getting invited. Some talent agents saw me and David shoot a silly skit at a random party. He didn't invite us that second, he just told us that he saw something special in us and took our contact information. And listen, people do that all the time in LA, but this guy had a different feel to him. He wasn't trying to convince us he had connections or hype himself up like everybody else does.
Hold on. Mama Cedar said, check your email concerning order. Let me check because I have the absolute best customer service. So let me see. All right. So Mama Cita, I'm on it right now. I'm checking my emails to see what. So real quick, Mama Cita, what is your actual name? Mama Cita, what is your actual name so I can check the email and fix whatever your issue is? Mama Cita, tell me your actual name. What's up, Dion? Let me know what your actual name, Mama Cita. Put it in the chat, and I'll check the email now and fix whatever issue that there is.
He was just super calm and had a sharp way of speaking that demanded respect. He was extremely brief, and after getting our numbers, he just said, look out for the invite, and walked away. And this is where it gets weird. I never gave this guy my address, I only gave him my number. But I ended up getting an invitation by letter. And at the time, I thought that that was so cool. But in retrospect, as an adult looking back at it, that alone was a huge violation of privacy and a major red flag. But at the time, when I tell you I was absolutely buzzing with excitement. When I got it, the letter was so extravagant and detailed. It was gold with black and red lettering that read something like, your talents have been noted, your name has been endorsed, and I'll never forget this part. The dreams you have been chasing are a night away through the seventh heaven. And the address was a beautiful home in Laurel Canyon that was set to happen that weekend. It also noted to not be a minute late and not to expect to leave before midnight. And at the time, it felt like the Willy Wonka golden ticket. And the excitement doubled when I got a text from David at the same time, in all caps saying, did you get one too? I felt like our lives were about to change. And I was right. David blew up after this party, and I had to go into hiding. And I was right. David blew up after this party, and I had to go into hiding. When I tell you I was on cloud 9 leading up to that party, I mean it. I was so young and naive and delusionally optimistic. I truly believed that I was going to go to this party and leave rich, because it literally seemed like that was happening to the creators around me that attended. I was hyped. I've never been a braggy person, but when you're young and excited, you get consumed.
Okay, just to let you know, I found it and I'm fixing the address right now to the young lady that said she had an issue. I found it and I'm fixing the address right now.
By good news and want to talk to your friends and peers about it. So everybody that I chatted with who I knew was a content creator and was in the know about this party, I couldn't help but to tell them. And all the feedback was positive and along the lines of, let me know how it goes, or can you try to get me into the next one? And even some from bigger creators saying, I'll see you there, with like a little smirk on their face, like they were pumped for me. Except for one conversation with a creator that most of you probably know. This creator is an extremely positive guy, and he's one of the most wholesome, bubbly, genuine guys I met out there. And when I told him the good news, he looked at me like I told him a tsunami was headed towards the building. The usual joy that this man brought to every conversation turned into real fear and concern, and he made me leave the lobby and come up to his apartment before explaining anything to me. Like he was scared that somebody was going to overhear our conversation. When we got up to his apartment, he was just pacing, like he had no idea how to start this conversation. But when he finally spoke up, all he said was, listen Doug, I know you're excited, but I'm begging you, please do not go. That man is not who you think he is. He was being so frantic, and I could see tears welling up in this guy's eyes. But I was young and I thought that I knew everything. I didn't even think the talent agent that sent us the invite was important. I was interested in the connections, and I didn't really care if if the talent agent was shady, or if his intention was to sign me to a bad deal. I thought I'd just say no to any bad contract that he tried to send me, but still get to reap all the benefits of the party. So I tried to pry a little bit and ask follow-up questions, but all he gave me was, I have a friend who went and he hasn't been the same since he didn't cooperate. I don't know what he saw or what they did to him, but Doug, I do not want to see that happen to you. I felt like our lives were about to change, and I was right. David blew up after this party, and I had to go into hiding. When I tell you I was on cloud 9 leading up to that party, I mean it. I was so young and naive and delusionally optimistic. I truly believed that I was going to go to this party and leave rich, because it literally seemed like that was happening to the creators around me that attended. I was hyped. I've never been a braggy person, but when you're young and excited, you get consumed by good news and want to talk to your friends and peers about it. So everybody that I chatted with who I knew was a content creator and was in the know about this party, I couldn't help but to tell them. And all the feedback was positive and along the lines of, let me know how it goes, or can you try to get me into the next one? And even some from bigger creators saying, I'll see you there, with like a little smirk on their face. Like they were pumped for me. Except for one conversation with a creator that most of you probably know. This creator is an extremely positive guy, and he's one of the most wholesome, bubbly, genuine guys I met out there. And when I told him the good news, he looked at me like I told him a tsunami was headed towards the building. The usual.
Okay, so to the young lady that said to check my email, I fixed everything and your card game will be out tomorrow, or most likely tomorrow. So just want to make sure, rest assured, I fixed the address and you are good. And we still need 5 more card games sold. We need 5 more card games sold. So everybody, make sure to take a second to contribute to the channel via Cash App, $AARON 1000, and or buy one of my card games that is on my website. Hit the link that is in the chat or hit the link under this video. We need 5 more card games to get to our goal. Mamacita says, thank you. You are greatly welcome, and thank you for your purchase. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. We're going to play this commercial and we're going to come back and we're going to find out what happens in this scary ass story. We'll be right back.
Up at a coffee shop and play this fun dating card game. We'll have fun and see if we're Hey, how about we meet up at a coffee shop and play this fun dating card game? We'll have fun and see if we're compatible all at the same time.
Ooh, what's the name of the game?
It's called Deeper Discussions.
I'm down.
Okay, meet you at 6.
Fellas, buy this card game. Ladies, buy this card game. Buy about 2 or 3 card games. The main reason why people can't stay together isn't because they don't like each other no more. It's actually because their present family issues come up or their past family issues come up. But when you play Deeper Discussions, you'll be able to understand a person's family issues up front.
This game can be played with either 2 people or an entire group. So have fun.
Question number 1. Name a time when money was the main factor why a relationship went bad.
Deeper Discussions Dating Edition. Again, these cards are good for vetting a potential boyfriend,
Candidate.
a potential girlfriend, a potential husband, a potential wife. The texture of these cards are so soft and silky, by the way. Like
they ain't gonna get
really
wore out.
durable.
A dating card game for introverts who have a hard time asking the much needed compatibility questions. Deeper Discussions, the card game.
This man brought to every conversation turned into real fear and concern. And he made me leave the lobby and come up to his apartment before explaining anything.
Somebody said he's talking too fast. Yo, you listening too slow. You got to keep up. You got to keep up because this story is getting crazy by the second.
It literally seemed like that was happening to the creators around me that attended. I was hyped. I've never been a braggy person, but when you're young and excited, you get consumed by good news and want to talk to your friends and peers about it. So everybody that I chatted with who I knew was a content creator and was in the know about this party, I couldn't help but to tell them. And all the feedback was positive and along the lines of, let me know how it goes, or can you try to get me into the next one? And even some from bigger creators saying, I'll see you there, with like a little smirk on their face. Like they were pumped for me. Except for one conversation with a creator that most of you probably know. This creator is an extreme.
Deborah says, how much is your card game? I have 2 separate card games. This card game, Deeper Discussions, is a dating card game for you to vet the opposite sex. This one is $28. The other card game is a pre-order, and that one is on pre-order for $62. And you can buy both of them if you want to. So one is $28 and the other one is on pre-order for $62. The link is right here in the chat. Just click the link and look in there and see what you like. There's also a book I read. I wrote on the website also. Just click the website and see what y'all like.
Positive guy, and he's one of the most wholesome, bubbly, genuine guys I met out there. And when I told him the good news, he looked at me like I told him a tsunami was headed towards the building. The usual joy that this man brought to every conversation turned into real fear and concern, and he made me leave the lobby and come up to his apartment before explaining anything to me. Like he was scared that somebody was going to overhear our conversation. When we got up to his apartment, he was just pacing, like he had no idea how to start this conversation. But when he finally spoke up, all he said was, "Listen, Doug, I know you're excited, but I'm begging you, please do not go. That man is...
Please don't go to this party.
Not who you think he is." He was being so frantic, and I could see tears welling up in this guy's eyes. But I was young, and I thought that I knew everything. I didn't even think the talent agent that sent us the invite was important. I was interested in the connections, and I didn't really care if the talent agent was shady, or if his intention was to sign me to a bad deal. I thought I'd just say no to any bad contract that he'd try to send me, but still get to reap all the benefits of the party. So I tried to pry a little bit and ask follow-up questions, but all he gave me was, "I have a friend who went, and he hasn't been the same since he didn't cooperate. I don't know what he saw or what they did to him, but Doug, I do not want to see that happen to you. I don't know what he saw or what they did to him, but Doug, I do not want to see that happen to you." I start
what they did to his butthole. That's what happened.
Reassuring him that they won't make me do anything that I don't want to do. I don't even drink, let alone take any party favors. So peer pressure isn't much of an issue for me.
Is he going to take a penis favor?
I make up a lie to get out of the situation because, to be honest, I selfishly wanted to stay excited about this party, and I really didn't want to hear anything negative about it. So I jokingly told him that I'd text him when I got home and that I had...
Thank you so much, Layla. Thank you so much, Layla. Layla says, get these card games. You will not regret it. They are paramount.
I had to leave to edit some videos tonight. What I was really doing was calling my dad to beg him.
What's up, Stylist Ninja?
For $100 to buy a rental suit. Mind you, we were all still poor, and I was living in an apartment that I could barely afford. My dad reluctantly sent me the money, and I immediately texted David to pick me up tomorrow at 5 p.m. so we could both get our suits before the party, and grab food before we head to the party at 11. When David picked me up the next day, he was so excited and in such a great mood that I had to hide my concerns from him, at least while we were shopping for the rental suits. I had to manufacture excitement because David always has his camera out, and I wouldn't just be spoiling the mood, I would be ruining the content that he was trying to record. So I went along with it throughout the shopping process. Our plan was to drop his car off at my apartment, walk to the In-N-Out Burger on Sunset Boulevard, eat, and then change into our suits in the bathroom and hop into the Uber, so we didn't smell like burgers. When we finally sat down to eat, I took that opportunity to bring up the warning that my friend gave me the day before in his apartment. I told him everything that he said to me and how scared he looked when he said it, and that I was feeling a little bit worried about going to this party. David cut me off before I even got to finish my sentence, and firmly said we're going, and then went on a rant about how my friend is a jealous clout chaser, and that he's just salty that his content isn't good enough, and would never be invited to something like this. He said it in a half serious, half joking tone like he always does when he wants to get his way. Then he finished off by guilting me and saying, "Doug, don't ruin this opportunity for us. Please just get through this party for me." I'd never heard anybody talk about my friend that way, but I'd known David for so much longer, so I trusted his judgment. So I nodded my head and called the Uber. We changed in the bathrooms and hopped into the Uber, and David starts recording again, so I have to pretend to be excited again. But once we got off the side streets and started driving up Laurel Canyon, I started getting anxious and internally panicking. If you're not familiar with Laurel Canyon, it's filled with beautiful homes, but at night it's extremely dark and borderline freaky, especially when you consider all the history with the Manson murders in that area. Part of me feels like we're dropping ourselves off into a setup, but once we arrive, all of my worries get washed away. We pull into the driveway, and this house is beautiful and extravagant, and everyone waiting in line to walk in is smiling and laughing and friendly, so I get excited again. At the door, they take our phones and have us sign an NDA, which isn't uncommon in house parties like this in LA, and they give us a mask and a name tag with funny aliases. My mask looked like a bear, and David's looked like a bird. My alias was Stardust, which David got a crack out of, and his was Banshee. We enter what you could call like the lobby of the house, and as we're walking in, the apparent host of the party starts giving a speech. This man is very eccentric and outspoken, and he's got the cadence of a late night show host, and I spot the agent that invited us standing right behind him. The speech was basically just encouraging everybody to have fun and explaining the itinerary of the night. Apparently this was a themed room party, and all of the guests were instructed to move to the next room whenever the grandfather clock chimed. He wrapped up his speech with some cheeky joke, and then one line that still irks me to this day. He said, "Have fun now. Our descent starts at midnight." I tried to give David the eyes that I didn't like where this party was going. This type of behavior from people that I saw as adults made me extremely uncomfortable. The moment the host wrapped up his speech, a couple of workers came out of the doorway. They were holding a couple sets of long poles. All of a sudden, music started playing and everybody seemed like they knew what was going on. So I just went along with it. So I guess these parties start off with a big game of limbo. It's funny seeing people dressed so nicely playing a silly child's game, but it's even weirder seeing A-list celebrities being so excited to play. Because everybody had masks on, but when somebody that you grew up watching in movies walks by you with a quarter of their face covered, you still know it's them. I was amazed with how inviting and willing to introduce themselves these people were. I was expecting at least an undertone of uppityness in there, but it seemed like everybody was involving everybody in conversation, and they were frequently introducing themselves to me with their alias, of course. The only thing weird about it was something that I didn't notice until the third person did it.
Thank you so much, Esther. Esther says you made that card game make sense. I appreciate you.
When they shook my hand, they pressed their thumb into the soft part between my thumb and my pointer finger. And I only recognized the pattern because the third guy gave me a big smile and said, "This must be your first time here." In retrospect, this should have alarmed me, but it seemed like they got friendlier when they realized that it was my first time here. So I didn't really think anything of it. But before I got to ask any follow-up questions about this odd handshake, the first grandfather clock chime went off and everybody excitedly rushed into the second room. When I finally got in there, I was
Tom Cruise. What? Maybe, I don't know. Tom Cruise would be in one of these parties.
Taken aback by the dramatic decor change. Everything in this room was different shades of blue. The music was romantic and all the furniture was cabana beds and love seats. I stood there for a second trying to realize what was different, but I couldn't put my finger on it until some girl walked by and caressed my shoulder in a really flirty manner. The decor changed, but the way everybody was acting was drastically different. Before, everybody seemed to be outgoing and inviting and friendly, but the second they stepped foot into this room, they became touchy, flirty, and suggestive. I was only 19 at the time, so this type of behavior from people that I saw as adults made me extremely uncomfortable, especially when I saw that the cabana beds had curtains that you could close for privacy. And I realized that these people weren't just being suggestive, they meant it. I tried to give David the eyes that I didn't like where this party was going, but he seemed to be really enjoying the female attention, so I was on my own. I basically stayed in perpetual motion and walked laps until the next chime went off, so I didn't have to sit next to anybody for too long and let them get too comfortable. The clock finally went off and everybody rushed to the next room immediately. The weirdest part was the people that were in the private sections didn't even bother redressing except for the mask. I was in no rush to get to the next room, but I could see into it over the crowd of everybody's head. The walls were bright orange, but the smells that were wafting in from that room were amazing. And when I finally got in there, it was like the Hogwarts feast. It was table after table of the most
Thank you, Adrian. Appreciate you, Adrian. I appreciate you.
delicious spreads I've ever seen. There was full tables for seafood, full tables for meats, full tables of sushi, and an entire wall of spirits. I almost started enjoying myself again, until I saw the way these people were treating this food. They were disrespectfully biting chunks out of delicious prime rib roasts. They were just shoving copious amounts of high-grade sashimi into their mouths, and eating caviar like it was cereal. The way that they were just grabbing with their hands, and just spitting out things that they didn't like onto the floor ruined my appetite. At this point, I wanted nothing to do with these people. So I went up to the only familiar face in the room. The agent that invited me was the only other person not eating. So I approached him and lifted up my mask, so he'd recognize me considering we'd only met one time. Before I even got out my greeting or got my mask halfway off my face, he abruptly pressed my mask back into place and sharply said, "Mask stay on till the 6th room." He did it in a way that seemed like I was embarrassing him for not knowing the rules. So to ease the tension, I jokingly replied, "So we're only halfway there, huh?" He didn't laugh or make eye contact. He just dismissively replied, "I encourage you to engage in the festivities. A slow drip is better than a flood." He started.
Can y'all imagine being in one of these weird ass parties? Could y'all go to one of these parties where the people are all eating and just feeling on each other, and people be going to these parties in real life?
At this point, I wanted nothing to do with these people. At this point, I wanted nothing to do with these people. So I went up to the only familiar face in the room. The agent that invited me was the only other person not eating. So I approached him and lifted up my mask, so he'd recognize me considering we'd only met one time. Before I even got out my greeting or got my mask halfway off my face, he abruptly pressed my mask back into place and sharply said, "Mask stay on till the 6th room."
Mask stay on till the 6th room. You know why you got to take your mask off in the 6th room, right? Does anybody know why you got to take your mask off when you get in the 6th room? Why do masks come off in the 6th room? Does anybody know? Why do masks come off in the 6th room? What is going on in the 6th room? Oh man, why is why? Yes, you gotta take your mask off to put the dick in your mouth. You gotta take that mask off, homie. Oh.
Did it in a way that seemed like I was embarrassing him for not knowing the rules. So to ease the tension, I jokingly replied, "So we're only halfway there, huh?" He didn't laugh or make eye contact. He just dismissively replied, "I encourage you to engage in the festivities. A slow drip is better than a flood." He started to walk towards the door as the clock chimed for the next room, like he knew it was about to go off. I didn't like that interaction at all. He's the one that invited me here, and he seemed to have no interest in talking to me. I just kept going over what he said the entire time while we were in the next room. This room was yellow and basically just a casino. I wanted to talk to David privately and let him know that I wanted to leave, but he seemed to just be caught up in the momentum of the party. Plus, there was a roulette table in the room, and David's freakishly good at roulette. So at this point, the winning streak that he's building is the center point of the party. I can't fully focus on what the agent said to me because I have to pretend to be excited about David's winning streak in a fake casino where you're not actually winning money. And like clockwork, the chime goes off. The entire party starts rushing to the next room again, and the vibe changes dramatically. I'm the last person to walk into the bright red room. This room didn't seem to have a specific activity like the others. It was just empty and bright red, and everybody was whispering to each other. For a split second, I thought it might be a big game of telephone or something silly like that, but as I started walking through and brushing shoulders with these people and hearing what they were saying to each other, I started questioning everything. The same people that I saw laughing and celebrating and eating together were whispering the most heinous, offensive comments directly to each other. I mean things that you wouldn't even say behind your friend's back, they were saying it to their face. I'm talking friendship ending secrets and personal opinions about each other laced with envy and jealousy. I hurried to a quiet corner because I was sick of hearing everybody's dirty laundry after walking around for a minute and a half, and it all clicked. I knew exactly what this party was. I see the host ask the first person in line a question before having them repeat something that he said. When I tell you I am done with this party, I'm absolutely not doing that. All the dots start connecting in my head while everybody's being horrible to each other around me. I'm trying to recap the whole night and remember the order of each room to solidify my
Meet up at a coffee shop and play this fun dating card game. We'll have fun and see if we're compatible all at the same time.
Ooh, what's the name of the game?
It's called Deeper Discussions.
I'm down.
Okay, meet you at 6.
Fellas, buy this card game. Ladies, buy this card game. Buy about 2 or 3 card games. The main reason why people can't stay together isn't because they don't like each other no more. It's actually because their present family issues come up or their past family issues come up. But when you play Deeper Discussions, you'll be able to understand a person's family issues up front.
This game can be played with either 2 people or an entire group. So have fun.
Question number 1. Name a time when money was the main factor why a relationship went bad.
Deeper Discussions Dating Edition. Again, these cards are good for vetting a potential boyfriend,
Candidate.
a potential girlfriend, a potential husband, a potential wife. The texture of these cards are so soft and silky, by the way. Like
They ain't gonna get
really
wore out.
durable.
A dating card game for introverts who have a hard time asking the much needed compatibility questions. Deeper Discussions, the card game.
I was sick of hearing everybody's dirty laundry after walking around for a minute and a half, and it all clicked. I knew exactly what this party was. I see the host ask the first person in line a question before having them repeat something that he said. When I tell you I am done with this party, I'm absolutely not doing that. All the dots start connecting in my head while everybody's being horrible to each other around me. I'm trying to recap the whole night and remember the order of each room to solidify my suspicions, but the chime for the next room goes off. This time, everybody gets eerily quiet and calm, like they got all of their venom out. The host of the party announces for all of the newcomers to come to the front. All of the attendees form a single file line in front of the next room's door. There's about 10 other newcomers in front of me and David, and the agent that invited us is standing to the left of the door, and the
time to start sucking.
Host of the party is standing to the right. The host has a pile of books on the table next to him. I see
has a pile of dildos.
The host ask the first person in line
and some lube
question and then grab a book based on his answer. He would
see, this is the reason why P. Diddy had all of this lube. This is the reason why P. Diddy had all that lube, because he had all these parties, and then you go into the next room and everybody gets to work. Grab your own lube. Everybody has their own personal lube.
Present the book to the person and place a diamond-shaped metal symbol on top of it before having them repeat something that he said. Then he'd take their mask off and let them enter the next room. I couldn't make out exactly what he was doing until there was only 2 people ahead of me in line. The books were Bibles, Qurans, Torahs, and so on. He would ask the person, and which one is yours? Whichever they chose, he'd grab it and place the metal symbol on top of it. He'd have you put your hand on top of the metal symbol and then repeat, I am my own God, I bow to nobody but myself. When I tell you I am done with this party, and I whip my head around and I tell David I'm
See, they're tricking people into saying, I don't follow God, I only follow myself. So when you go into the last room, you won't be thinking about your religious beliefs or your morals. You'll just get busy, because going back to this Bible part,
quiet and calm, like they got all of their venom out. The host of the party announces for all of the newcomers to come to the front. All of the attendees form a single file line in front of the next room's door. There's about 10 other newcomers in front of me and David, and the agent that invited us is standing to the left of the door, and the host of the party is standing to the right. The host has a pile of books on the table next.
This part right here is meant to for you to forget about your religion.
To him. I see the host ask the first person in line a question and then grab a book based on his answer. He would present the book to the person and place a diamond-shaped metal symbol on top of it before having them repeat something that he said. Then he'd take their mask off and let them enter the next room.
So the diamond thing that they put on the book is meant for you to just say, hey, this is not your God anymore. You are now free to do stupid mess instead of following your morals.
Couldn't make out exactly what he was doing until there was only 2 people ahead of me in line. The books were Bibles, Qurans, Torahs, and so on. He would ask the person, and which one is yours? Whichever they chose, he'd grab it and place the metal symbol on top of it. He'd have you put your hand on top of the metal symbol and then repeat, I am my own God, I bow to nobody but myself.
See, we're not supposed to lean on our own understanding. Have y'all ever heard that before? Never lean on your own understanding. They're trying to trick them into leaning on their own understanding. We're not supposed to lean on our own understanding. We're supposed to follow God. And what God tells us to do, what to do, that's what we're supposed to do. So this is meant for you to denounce your religion, denounce whoever, whatever God that you actually follow and worship, and say, nah, forget that. I'll do what I want to do. That's exactly what that chant is meant to do.
When I tell you I am done with this party, and I whip my head around and I tell
See, people who are voting for Kamala, they are attending his parties. Kamala voters are the ones who are actually at these parties.
David, I'm absolutely not doing that. David whispered back in a joking tone like he always does. Dude, it's just a party. Who cares? I'll see you in the next room. And he skipped me in line to show me that he'd do it first to make me feel more comfortable. He went through with it and giggled his way into the next room. It was my turn, so I tried to play it cool and whisper to the host, do you mind if I skip this part? It's making me a little bit uncomfortable. I thought he'd subtly break character and reassure me that this is just a party theme and it's all good. Instead, he whispered back to me in a really kind tone. Of course, man, don't worry about it. Just take your mask off and turn around. I was relieved for about a split second before the agent that invited me here grabbed my arm and started guiding me towards the exit. And I see that everybody that was behind me in line staring at me straight faced. I look back at the host and he's standing up and loudly shouts like he's starting a chant. The price was not paid. And then everybody in line that was staring at me chants in unison like they knew exactly what to do. Remove the profane. And they repeat it over and over until I'm through the exit door. The price was not paid. Remove the profane. The price was not paid. Remove the profane. I just start panicking. Now I know for sure Joe isn't safe either. The whole intent of this party was to butter me up to get me to do these horrible things. So the agent just walks me to the closest door. He doesn't even walk me to the front of the party and out the front door. He just puts me out into the backyard. It's 4 a.m. My friend's still inside. I don't have my phone. So I decide to walk around the right side of the house because that's where all of the party attendees were kind of headed. Let me see if I could peek in and maybe flag down David to let him know I got kicked out. And there's some windows to the next room. But of course these windows are like big church stained glass windows. And you can't really see through stained glass windows like the colored ones, but if you go really, really close and you look through the white parts, you could kind of see clearly what is on the inside. And this room is like a bizarre church replica without all of the seating. It's just a big church-like room. And all of the people that were in there had their masks off. And it was like a big circle and almost looked like an initiation. And all of these celebrities are standing.
Imagine sucking dick in a church. That's nuts.
Around in a circle around the other 9 new people. It was 10 excluding me. And there was big TV grade cameras recording, and it looked like the group of celebrities and everybody else that was there was kind of cheering them on, but then there was clearly people in there that were much more serious and kind of threatening, and the 10 new people were in the middle of this room being forced to do horrible things that I wish I could unsee. And the new people clearly didn't want to do these things. They were being forced to do these things. And they were clearly recording it. And I see my friend being forced to do these horrible things in front of these people and in front of these cameras. I just start panicking. I don't know what to do. So in my head, I'm like, I just need to get out of here. So I start speed walking to the front of the house. And I'm thinking, I need to get out of this gate. There's only one street. We're on Laurel Canyon. So it's either I go left and start running towards Studio City, or I go right and start running towards West Hollywood. I'm not about to go knock on other people's doors. I'm just trying to get back to civilization. And I'm trying to remember if we're closer to Studio City or if we're closer to West Hollywood. I don't even know. As I get to the front of the house, one of the employees is standing there, and he's standing in front of a car, and he has my phone. I'm not sure if he knows that I just saw everything, so I'm kind of standing there deer in headlights, but he just politely goes, here's your phone and here's your ride. Don't worry, the driver will take you home. So I take my phone and I sit in the car and I'm trying to gauge to see if
what? Yo, this is gross. What? What the hell is that? He got his Yo, what is that? What does that mean? What the hell? Oh my God. Y'all got me dying laughing with these comments.
His driver has any malicious intent, but he doesn't seem to. And within the first 3 minutes, I know that they don't think I saw anything. They were just getting my stuff prepared and my car prepared to take me home, because they're under the impression that I didn't see anything too bad. And I got kicked out before any horrible things started happening to people inside of this party. So I get in the car and I'm checking my phone. My phone was fully charged when I got here, so I don't know what they did, but my phone won't turn on. I have to sit through this 30-minute car ride. One of my best friends is back at this party getting mistreated and recorded doing horrible things, and I can't tell anybody. So I get through this 30-minute horrible suspense
sucking horrible dicks
filled car ride, thinking about all of the people that were so nice to me inside of this party, and the whole intent of this party was to butter me up to get me to do these horrible things. And when I finally get back to my apartment, I run upstairs, I plug my phone into the charger, and the first texts that come through are from my friend Joe. And I completely forgot that my friend Joe was coming to visit me. He was coming on a little mini vacation, and I was going to play tour guide and show him around the city. So now I'm thinking I only have like 4.5 hours to sleep before I have to go pick up my friend from the airport, and I still don't know if my other friend is okay. So I'm blowing up David's phone because he's still at this party, but I set a timer so I get to the airport to pick up my other friend. So I barely get any sleep. I drive to LAX to go pick up Joe.
While he's blowing up his phone, they're blowing up his ass.
And I drive him back to my apartment, and when I'm coming back into my apartment, David's in the lobby, and he's talking to some other big creators, like bouncing video ideas. It's like 9:30, 10 a.m. at this point, so we're just kind of having coffee by the cafe and chatting. I tell Joe to go upstairs to my apartment and drop off his luggage, and I go ask David if I could talk to him really quick.
CY says, CY says, what? Hold on. What were the horrible things his friends was doing? He was sucking horrible dicks.
Clearly very distressed, and he's being very jokey with me, and he doesn't seem like anything bad happened, and he's just kind of making fun of me for getting kicked out of the party. I'm just letting him talk for a little bit, and I finally tell him I was looking in through the next window. I saw what they made him do, and I was just asking him if he's okay. And the second I said that, he immediately switched on me, and he started damn near cussing me out and saying friendship-ending things, and his eyes turned from happy and giddy to filled with almost fear and a little bit of betrayal. When he stormed off, he pulled out his phone, and he was calling somebody as if he was like reporting something back to them. I immediately start freaking out. I assume that he's telling them that I saw what they did. And now I have my friend upstairs who thinks he's just on vacation, when I just saw hyper successful rich people doing unspeakable acts, and they have all of the resources to come after me. They know where I
What?
I live, and David isn't even on my side because the dirt that they have on him now. I have to pretend that everything's okay to Joe because he flew all the way out here for a vacation, and I don't even really know how bad the situation is. I don't even know how to tell him about everything that happened the night before. And I promised Joe that we were going to go to Runyon Canyon this morning, so he goes and changes into hiking gear, and I drive him over to Runyon Canyon. We do the hike for a few hours, and when we come back and I check my mail, there's another letter from these people, and I take it to the bathroom because I don't even want Joe to see it, and it's a screenshot of the surveillance footage of me looking in through the window and a little handwritten note, just a reminder of the worst mistake you've ever made. Curiosity killed the cat. And I start freaking out. I know.
Please, please, please do not say the R word in the chat. That will cause issues with my channel. Please, please, please do not say the R word in the chat. Please, please, please. And hit the like button, hit the like button, hit the like button. If you have not hit the like button, if you have not subscribed to my channel, make sure to subscribe to my channel. Have all of y'all watching subscribe to my channel? Let's take a second before this story ends. Have everybody in the chat already subscribed to my channel? Can y'all take a second to, one, hit the like button, and two, can y'all subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell? Because guess what? I'm talking about Diddy tomorrow again. I got some more shit because I got so much stuff that keeps coming in as we're doing our show that I might as well make a whole new show tomorrow. So I'm coming back tomorrow doing another show about Diddy. We are going to stay on Diddy's neck. But everybody sub to this channel. Subscribe to my channel. Subscribe to my channel. I appreciate you. I already did. I subscribed. I subbed. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Subscribe. Everybody, subscribe to my channel. Subscribe to my channel. Subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell. Hit the notification bell to all. Put the notification bell to all so you'll receive the notifications of when I go live. Subscribe to my channel. Subscribe to my channel. Subscribe to my channel.
Know that David just betrayed me and told them that I saw, and now they have proof that I saw. Now I'm just a walking liability to them, and now they're threatening me, and that was the worst mistake that I've ever made, and insinuating that curiosity killed the cat. I'm the cat, but it's still not enough to tell Joe about what happened. So I just go on with this charade, and I'm just playing tourist, bringing my friend around the city, and the first day nothing happened. And to this day, I firmly believe that the only reason they didn't do anything to me is because Joe was there with me that whole week, and he had just finished the police academy. He was officially a police officer. So I think me being with him is the only thing that kept me safe, because they weren't willing to do anything to a police officer. And I knew for sure they were keeping an eye on me the next day, because Joe asked me the night before if I had half and half for our coffees the next morning, and I didn't have any half and half, and he just jokingly said, who has coffee and doesn't have half and half? It was a conversation in passing, it was a joke, and the next morning we woke up and there was a full half and half in my fridge. And the only reason I noticed that is because Joe said, thanks for running out early and grabbing half and half, you didn't have to do that. I was kidding. I didn't go and grab that half and half. I knew that somebody was not only listening, but entered my apartment that night while we were sleeping. And then they started to do these things that only I would notice. Things that if you told anybody, they would look at you like you were crazy. Each night that we came home and we were just winding down and watching TV, I would go to turn my TV on and the remote control wouldn't work. And I would check the batteries, and the batteries would be switched from positive to negative and negative to positive. Like they came into my house and just flipped my batteries. I know that my remote control worked the day before, and they just needed me to know that they were in my house and flipped my batteries, just to let me know that they were invading my privacy on a daily basis. And then it started escalating to when I would take Joe to lunch, or we would pop to the grocery store, or we would go to the movies, and we would come back to the car and my left blinker would be on. They would just open my car and put it down, and every time we would come back to the car, my left turning signal would be on. It happened like 6 times. How can I tell anybody that somebody broke into my car and turned my left signal down? It's something that only I would notice. And I can't tell Joe because I'm not trying to scare him, and it's also something that I don't even think he would take seriously. He would probably say, you probably hit it down when you were stepping out of the car. And then things started to pick up. They started to do very specific things to me that weren't just by chance. We came home one day and I locked the door behind me like I was doing every time because I was super paranoid. My apartment door lock just locked swiftly. My apartment door lock doesn't lock swiftly. I would have to like press into it and jiggle it and force it to lock. And it's been like that since I moved in. And it had this sharp little nub on the front that I would feel with my thumb every single day. And one of the days we came home and it just smoothly locked and the nub wasn't there. So they were letting me know that I can't even lock them out. But how do I tell anybody that they're doing this to me? Because they would just say the apartment was probably aware of it and changed it. And I still wasn't able to tell Joe because I would think that he would come to the same conclusion. But then the next day, we go to the car to go to breakfast, and we get into my old car that I've had for 5 or 6 years at the time, and I grab my gear shifter and I go to pull it into reverse, and it smoothly goes from park to reverse.
All right. We need 2 more people to buy my Deep Discussions card game or my mother-daughter card game. We just need 2 more people. We need 2 more people, and we'll make it to our goal. We need 2 more people to click the link that is in the chat. Click the link that is under the video. You'll see the picture of my 2 card games. Purchase one or both of my card games so we can get to our goal. We just need 2 more card games sold to get to our goal. Can I get 2 people to buy one of my card games, or one person to buy both of my card games, and we'll get to the 20 card game goal? Can y'all do that for me? Hit the like button, subscribe to my channel, and buy one of my 2 card games. One is about dating, and the other one is about healing with your mother. Women, mother-daughter. Hit the like button, subscribe to my channel, and let's get 2 more card games sold. 2 more card games sold, y'all. Let's go. It's enough of y'all. The majority of you, because I recognize y'all faces, y'all have not bought my card games yet. So what y'all waiting on? The link I just dropped in the chat. Let's go. That's all we need. 2 more card games, and then we'll reach our goal.
And my gear shifter doesn't smoothly go from park to reverse. You have to wiggle it in a certain way. You have to press the button with your thumb in a certain way to get it into reverse. I only know this because I drove this car every single day for 5 years, and this gear shifter is pretty much broken. It's an old car. And that morning I got into my car and it smoothly went from park to reverse, and the wooden finish on the gear shifter was different. Mine had scratches on it, and this one was brand new. So they were telling me not only are they able to just break into my car and turn the left signal down, they're also willing to manipulate my car. Now I know for sure Joe isn't safe either, and me not telling him these things puts him into danger because I'm driving him around in this car. And if they could change my gear shifter, why wouldn't they be able to cut my brakes? So I basically just break down, and I have to tell Joe everything from start to finish about this weird party with this weird agent and the little things that I've been noticing all week, and that this was the last straw. And Joe believed me because we used to drive around in my car together all of the time, and sometimes he would drive my car, and he made me promise that I did not get that fixed. The gear shifter was still broken yesterday and it's fixed today, and I didn't do that. So that won him over, and he basically said, we need to get out of here. It shook him too. He didn't like the idea of these people in the house. When I told him I didn't get the half and half, when I told him all of these things that were adding up over the last couple days, it freaked him out. He's like, bro, we got to go back to your apartment. We got to get your stuff. We got to get you out of here. Then my entire world is shattering. I moved out here and all of these things were going great for me, and I had a place and I had friends, and I didn't want to leave. Maybe the stuff will die out. I'll be able to work with other people. It's going to be okay. I don't want to just leave my apartment, leave all my stuff. But Joe insisted that we went back to my apartment to grab his stuff and mine, and then go stay at a motel before he leaves the next day. And when we got to my apartment, David was in the lobby with other creators by the cafe again, and I went up to him. I didn't really have any idea about what I was going to say to him. All he did was hand me a coffee, ignore everything that I said, and walk away. But then when I looked at the coffee, it had a little napkin wrapped around it. I saw that something was written in Sharpie on the napkin. It said, I'm so sorry. You have to leave tomorrow with him. Otherwise, it's me and you. And I went upstairs and I packed a couple backpacks, and I left LA the next morning with my friend, and I never went back.
All right, y'all. Somebody says Jaguar Wright is my girl. I have never doubted her. Day one, I stick with her till today. Till today? Olivia, what did Jaguar Wright do? Did Jaguar Wright do something? What did Jaguar Wright do? What happened? What am I missing? Let's see. Anybody? What did Jaguar Wright do? What are you saying Jaguar Wright did? Nobody? He telling the truth though, until the day, or to this day. Yeah, to this day or this day. No, reread what she said. She was putting everyone on blast. Oh, okay. Gotcha. All this time. Cool. Gotcha. All right, y'all. I'm out. We did not make it. We did not get to our goal. We are 2 card games short. And this card game is only $28. And it's the best $28 you'll ever spend. And it's for women and men. But sadly, we can't get 2 more people to buy the card game. And I'm sad. I'm appreciative of the 18 people that have bought. I appreciate y'all. But I'm sad that we don't get 2 more people to get a card game. So I am sad and happy at the same time. Shout out to Night Call. Thanks for the stream, bro. I appreciate you. But I'm out. Y'all still got time to buy the card game if y'all want to. The link is under the video or the link is pinned at the top of the chat. I'm about to go to bed and y'all have a good rest of y'all night. Good to show. Can't wear a mask forever. Huh? Goes to show you can't. Oh, yeah. Yeah, you got to take the mask off the sucker penis. So, yeah. Great stream, bro. Thank you. Appreciate you. You still have time to buy my card game. Just keep that in mind. You still have time to buy one of my card games. Keep that in mind. A solution that will help every woman. I just came up with a solution that will help every woman watching, regardless of age, regardless of background. Virtually all of us have somewhat the same issues with the opposite. Appreciate you, Adrian. Sex. But what if I told you the opposite sex isn't the reason why you're having all these problems? It may be the same sex. What am I talking about? And I'm talking to the ladies in particular. Your mother. See, in my 7 years of coaching women, the number one thing that I hear in my coaching sessions is her issue or tumultuous relationship with her mother. So what I've done is come out with a card game that will actually help mothers and daughters come back together. See, we can't expect women to just go out in the world and have these great, amazing relationships with men when she didn't have a great relationship with the person that birthed her. We have to get to the source of a woman's pain, her inadequacies, her insecurities, and heal that little girl inside of her before she goes out in the world as a woman. I call Like Mother, Like Daughter therapy in a box. It's 50 questions for the daughter to ask the mother, questions that you always wanted to ask. And it's also 50 questions for the mother to ask the daughter, because we can't get proper communication being one-sided. But when you're able to ask the questions that you always wanted to ask to your mother without her getting upset, without her pulling rank on you, and then she gets an opportunity to ask certain questions to you, the lines of communication are now open. When women are finally able to forgive their mother, forgive their father, forgive what happened to them, and most importantly, hear her mother's side of the story that she never divulged to you, relationships outside of the household would then blossom. Because for most women, there's a hurt little girl inside of her that never had an opportunity to be seen or heard. And I didn't just create this card game for you. I created this card game for all of us. Because when our women are at their best, we all are at our best. All of the resentment, the lack of being heard, but all that stops when you buy my new Like Mother, Like Daughter card game. Order it now. The link is under this video. Click the link and let's start healing.
How about we meet up at a coffee shop and play this fun dating card game? We'll have fun and see if we're compatible all at the same time.
Ooh, what's the name of the game?
It's called Deeper Discussions.
I'm down.
Okay, meet you at 6.
Fellas, buy this card game. Ladies, buy this card game. Buy about 2 or 3 card games. The main reason why people can't stay together isn't because they don't like each other no more. It's actually because their present family issues come up or their past family issues come up. But when you play Deeper Discussions, you'll be able to understand a person's family issues up front.
This game can be played with either 2 people or an entire group. So have fun.
Question number 1. Name a time when money was the main factor why a relationship went bad.
Deeper Discussions Dating Edition. Again, these cards are good for vetting a potential boyfriend,
Candidate.
a potential girlfriend, a potential husband, a potential wife. The texture of these cards are so soft and silky, by the way. Like
Like they ain't gonna get
really
wore out.
durable.
A dating card game for introverts who have a hard time asking the much needed compatibility questions. Deeper Discussions, the card game.